The truth! Hell yeah! What is up? Hell yeah, dude. I'm so glad to see you, like, whitelisted and doing all of that stuff. Hell yeah. Chat, if you are not already, make sure that you give The Truth JGW a big ol' follow. He plays not only Darren Carter, aka DC the Lifer, he also plays Aaron Carter, his brother, who Eliza has run into a couple of times. Yeah. I hope you've been having fun with with old whitelisted life, you know? All right, 1 second here while I do this real quick. Easy peasy, limbo squeezy. Okay, we had to reload in, but we're fine. Damn, this really is Friday, Saturday vibes, huh? Helios is around. Good shit. We'll hit him with a Kiflam. Not dead. Ease. Alrighty, so Eliza has food and stuff. Ease Diego! Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, because it's the multiple characters in the same group kind of thing. All right, Wilco. We'll see if Ashton. Ah! Kiflam, brother.
Kiflam, did you happen to see Twatter right before the storm?
I did not know. Why is that?
Oh, just a certain person said, "Good morning."
Who's that?
Rob Stone.
Good night. Bad morning.
Right before the storm.
Huh.
You know, before we went down the mountain, but
huh.
I wonder if he's around.
Well,
I wonder if Kenny's around.
Ooh.
Kenny did talk to Cersei.
Oh, he did? Interesting.
And I wonder if Rob is hiding out. He's hiding when he thinks we're all not around.
Honestly, smart.
Except for Kenny's the degen.
Yeah.
And EJ be degening too sometimes.
I mean, around this time is when it happened, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
Also, I was shocked to see you on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, it's sort of strange. I have not been waking up late as often as I have. I told Wilco I would be. Oh, all right. I'm gonna be meeting with Wilco shortly. He seems to want to have a. Yeah, I do not know what he wants to speak on, but I am quite curious.
I think he's just like wants a little guidance, like maybe because the rules are changing a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't really had a proper one-on-one convo either.
Yeah, that too, and like he's close with EJ, and like I think the whole like don't shit where you sleep thing, and like
gotcha.
I think it's just he just wants to get to know you better, because I don't think he really knows you super well.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, I don't know him very well at all, and that is also because of my own unfair judgments. I'll be honest.
Well, you're learning, you're growing. It's fine.
Indeed, but Yeah, I was gonna see if Ashton is around. I was gonna like catch up with him and see what his thoughts were about some of the changes, because I haven't quite updated him as of yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I'll let you go because I'm sure Wilco's probably waiting for you.
Yeah, probably close-ish by.
Yeah. So, all right. I won't be out too late. So if I don't talk to you, Kiflam, and I will see you tomorrow.
Indeed, Kiflam. Hell yeah. This will be interesting. Ash Ketchup helped us shoot cops. Dat wild. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Easy. Easy peasy. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out. Let's see. Is the door open? Yeah, we'll just leave it open. Yeah, we'll be smart. We'll be smart. I just remembered we still have to update those. We still have to get those extra bears for EJ, so it'll probably be a good idea to actually grab those, and we'll just use it as an opportunity to get the to just fashion some new flower bouquets. Let's see. So you want so you want 2 cars? I will be here. Earpieces. Oh! Huh. We're using Eliza's core strength here, chat. This is 100% pure abs at work here. But chat, I hope y'all are having a lovely Friday. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Yeah, we got some cooking that we've got to do with Eliza in regards to some things. But 72. Oh, I guess I could just look at my phone. The Coven! Wait, that's the place that sells the blobs. That's pretty sick. These actually look really nice. Wow. Let's see. Does Eliza need another bicycle? I guess. Bifta, Vindicator, Granger, Scorcher, Bicycle, Rebel, Harmony, Weevil, that's the small car that we kind of hate, Speedo, Work Car, Trashmaster, Work Car, Manchez, Motorbike, that's up in Polito? Kalahari, where the fuck is our Kalahari? Because that's a car that we've been meaning to give away for a long-ass while. Yeah, that's all the way up in Polito. Okay. Gotcha. Wait, is there Manchez up in Polito, too? Here, we'll do that. Is that up it? Oh, wait, that's in harmony. Oh, wait, yeah, it totally is in harmony. I completely forgot. Oop. Easy to forget. Here, you know what? We'll just wait for him outside. We're not going to make him wait for me to figure out what I'm doing. We're chilling. I was about to say. It's a beautiful day. Wait, Eliza, why'd you do that? Face forward, you goof ass. Good job. Just one of those days. La 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 la. Oh wait, I bet he's probably coming from like all the way from Grapeseed, so we're Omega chillin' chat. Easy. Yeah, Ashton, he's got like other life stuff going on, so he's probably not gonna degen it. Oh! Hi there, my name is Caleb. I just flew to town. Ah. Dee 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 dee.
Hello.
Oh, hello and Kit Flom. Oh, 1 second, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Hello and Kit Flom.
Hey, this is Caleb. You just sent me a text back, and I wanted to follow up with a call rather than another text because text can get long-winded.
Text tag, indeed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I wanted to reach out more about volunteering rather than finding myself in need.
Oh, gotcha. You know what? That is actually quite excellent. I am actually meeting up with someone right now. Will you be around still in about 15 or so minutes?
Yeah. Give me a call. Absolutely.
Incredible.
I just flew in today.
Oh, well, welcome to Los Santos.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Most certainly. But yeah, thank you so much for reaching out. I would be absolutely delighted to answer whatever questions you have. I'm just going to wrap up my little meeting
Don't
here.
mean to interrupt. Absolutely.
No worries
Please
at all.
take your time. I will be around. Okay. Do what you need to do.
Easily done. We shall speak soon.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Excellent. Let's see. Do you want to enjoy this wonderful, verdant, sunny day, or would you rather go inside for this conversation?
Anywhere private. I guess something.
Gotcha.
Good
Private. Gotcha. Here, then let's go up to I suppose I don't believe anyone else will be around, but if just out of the sake of making sure that things are properly private. Just in case anyone walks in.
Because I got a few things to discuss. One is maybe spicier than the other.
Gotcha.
Definitely. I don't know if you want to lead with that or not, but
you know what? I'll leave it up to you. I will let you know this is our library, and it is a little. It's currently in the process of being furnished.
Ooh. Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in and I couldn't see this other side from the door was blocking it. And I was
Ah,
like, oh my God, look at this beautifully furnished room. And then I was like, oh,
it's a work in progress, but you know, if
yeah.
anything, it's got nice windows, so that's a plus.
All right. Well, I could start with the spicy part if you're ready.
You know what? I will follow your lead, whatever you wish to share.
Okay. So recently I was approached by a shadowy organization, and they started off calling me from an unknown number, which I love getting phone calls from unknown numbers. I always accept them.
Who doesn't?
And it seemed innocuous enough. Like they were just asking me, they said they wanted to, they're conducting a survey and they wanted to know like a day in the life of Wilco and to walk them through, what a day in the life of the city is like for me. So did that for a while until I got bored, and then I pretended like I caught on fire and perished and hung up.
Oh.
Yeah. And I guess that prompted them to come find me and kidnap me.
Okay. Okay.
And they took me off to the, threw me in the trunk of their car, drove me off somewhere, foundry, and while I was there, they oh, you had to
My
cut.
apologies. My apologies. Continue.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so they took me to the foundry, and they were wearing masks and everything. That one of them had an
Foundry.
apron covered in blood, and they were generally wearing all black. And they told me that they were interested in Nu Epsilon, and they want to investigate Nu Epsilon, find out Nu Epsilon's secrets. I mean, I'm only a volunteer, so I don't know why they went after me, but they offered to pay me $30,000 a week to provide them with info.
Huh. And what is the punishment if you don't give info?
I mean, they didn't say it.
Oh.
They said it was a job opportunity that they were offering me, but as well, they took me hostage at gunpoint and took me to the foundry. So I think there was some undertones there.
That's I'll admit that was the first thing my mind went to. Forgive me. The foundry is that smelting place in Cyprus, yes?
Yeah, the place where Ember's wedding was, yeah.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So my thoughts on that were, why don't I tell you about it? And then you could tell me things to tell them, and I could tell you the things that they want to know. And maybe I could figure out who these people are.
Listen, Wilco, I knew you were smart, but... Well...
Sounds kind of fun, a little bit,
It does.
Dangerous.
I mean, easy
sure,
money.
But...
That's...
yeah.
I'll be honest, Wilco, that's... First off, I do want to extend an apology to you. It's, something that I hoped would fall off once people got bored with us, for lack of a better phrase. The last thing I want is other people to pay the price for someone else's curiosity. And I know this place has a bit of a reputation, regardless of the efforts we've made to launder it or, clean it. And
Yeah.
the last thing I want is for other people to be caught in the crossfire.
Well, I mean, I'm glad it's me and not someone like EJ, right? I'm a bit more familiar with situations like this, I suppose. I mean, it's not my first time being taken to the foundry.
Oh. Oh.
I mean,
Well, I mean, you're
Popped
upright
my
and
arm
alive,
off
so that's a
there,
good.
so-
Oh gosh.
yeah. I gotta reattach though. It's okay. I just can't feel anything.
I'm sorry about that. Huh.
It's alright.
Well. Of course, I trust your discretion to some, in regards to what you are comfortable with doing. Honestly, it sounds like easy money. Anything that we discuss in meetings, you are more than welcome to share. It's public
And-
information, so if you don't want to get easy money from them, and then
That's what I figured. I mean, a
Mhm.
lot of the questions they were asking too were pretty easy stuff to find out, but I imagine that's like the entry point, right? Like
I imagine
I
so.
don't think they would go through all that trouble to find out stuff they could just ask you about.
Probably just testing whether or not you are, actually volunteering or close enough to get certain bits of information.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm not too concerned about the risk. I mean, the money would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And but more so, I think it would be really interesting to find out who these people are, and what exactly it is they want to know.
Bloody apron. Bloody apron.
Yeah, it's a lady with a bloody apron.
A lady with a bloody apron. Interesting. I'm trying to recall.
Here, well, not here, but in the building.
Oh, probably Ashton. It sounds like he's up and about. Oh. Kiflon,
Oh.
brother. We're just having a bit of a private meeting.
Oh, no worries.
Mm.
My eyes are just a little unadjusted at the moment.
No worries.
Also, I have quick thing. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
So before things were like rearranged, I put my rusted gun in I think one of the cabinets in what used to be our office.
Bugstars is helping us restore the cabinet.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, I'll be outside.
Ah, wonderful.
Hi.
Thank you so
Hi,
much,
Ashton.
Ashton.
Hi, welcome. Wait, what'd you say, Eliza?
Oh, I said thank you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, also, like, if you don't mind keeping it between us, or maybe just the board, if you want.
This is your information to share. Discretion is something that is important to me, so if you are comfortable sharing it, I'd be happy to bring Ashton in here. But if you want to keep it limited in scope, then we can certainly keep it between us.
I think for now, just between us would be
Mhm.
good, and then maybe if it bears some fruit, you could present that.
Mm.
Because I don't know much yet,
The nature of what is being asked
Yeah.
of you. Mm-hmm.
like to have as few variables as possible.
That is smart. Seems as though you're at least somewhat versed in the Moscow rules, so that is good.
Yeah, so that was the spicier thing, so far what they want was
LP.
I did tell them some of the basic stuff. It's a philosophical group. They were asking, is it a cult? Is it a cult? Like, all the stuff. I gave them the basic spiel. As far as I understand it, which, I think I have a decent grasp on that stuff. But then the next thing they wanted me to do was collect your not text messages, but like books. They said texts, but they meant books.
Aha.
Then bring them books.
Easy enough.
They want book.
Which books do you have already?
Well, I had the pamphlet. I gave them the pamphlet.
Oh, easy.
But they were like, not this. They're other books. I don't know if you have
Probably
books.
this. This might be, honestly, odds are they might be talking about some old Epsilon program books, which we have, to the best of our ability, recycled. Because
okay.
while at times we do take inspiration from them, we really don't. And of course, there is some value in learning
I
from
have
the
one of these
history
too.
and perfect. Yeah, there is some value in learning from one's past and where the original program came from. It's really something we don't want to be associated with anymore, but if you think that it will assist you, I'll see. I don't think we have any additional copies downstairs. I'll have to look around. There's a book of Christopher Mage's called "We All Come from
Yeah.
the Same Tree." There is that. There are some aspects to it where, like, in sort of an ephemeral sense, that we may take some inspiration from, but by and far we there's some aspects of it that are perhaps better suited for the 2014, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So if they're not books in circulation, I mean, I could give them to them if you would like. But the thing is, like, even though they have a hostile approach, like, I don't necessarily know if they're
This might be even
hostile
better.
Oh,
That might be more useful.
that is also interesting.
Because it's not a book, it is a blueprint for a book.
And then they have to go print it.
A, they have to go print it. B, that's an original copy that we need in order to make more copies.
Are you okay with me giving this to them?
Take it as you will.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
I
I
know
think
I
they'll be
certainly have
impressed by this.
some copies of the book floating around elsewhere, but like I said, it's a tome that has no meaning to us, and I have been actively trying to distance us from. But if you want something tea, that's nice hot piping tea, that might be a good thing to give them.
It is really good. My concern, though, is that what if they start printing like 100 copies and handing them out to people? And
Well,
you
that's
won't
the
be able to
risk we
distance
take,
yourself
right?
from it. Yeah.
I mean, it's Christopher
True.
Mage. We
True.
acknowledge and recognize what has happened. And here's the thing: when I first moved here, someone already did a pamphlet and campaign with some of the excerpts. I know how to say words. Parts from the book. So it's happened before. It will happen again. And the people who, want to approach us in good faith will recognize that it's, a part of the Epsilon program of the past and is not entirely relevant to Nu Epsilon. So
Beautiful. Yeah.
it's gonna
think that-
happen. People are gonna think what they want to think about us, frankly.
Yeah, and I think it might actually even be beneficial in the sense that it shows how far Nu Epsilon has come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they can read about the old Epsilon.
Exactly. So I really do hope that is useful for you. I might have, oh gosh, I probably recycled them all, but I might have others from there's another book that Chris put out called The Ninth Paradigm, which was sort of one of his last ditch efforts when he was really, really losing popularity with people. Because something that the old Epsilon program used to do was sort of it got to a point where they were really desperate to try to get people to stick with the program because they were kind of going a little too far with the whole sex, drugs, rock and roll pyramid scheme thing, where they would
Yeah.
say to people, hey, we are writing this new philosophical text, the Tract of the Ninth Paradigm, and they would basically string people along and get them to do these different, basically errands for Chris to help him money launder under the pretense that they were expanding their mind with different life experiences so that they have the wisdom to contribute to this new tome. And he ended up actually publishing it, and it was a lot of anti-science hokum, let's just say it.
Yeah.
You know, cocaine will do
Interesting.
that to you. Yeah.
Yeah, one hell of a drug.
Yep. You know, when you start a book
sorry to-
off saying, you know, we're going to attack happiness with aggression, it's like, oh, well, that's a statement.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is a statement.
Yeah, I think that's one of the
I wanna
old
attack
guidelines.
aggression with happiness.
Now that's an angle.
Yeah, that's a much better angle in my opinion.
I very much agree with you there. But at any rate, let's be honest, Wilco, you probably don't have a whole lot to gain from telling me this, and you probably could have just kept this to yourself, so I will express my appreciation that you did share this.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's definitely a bit of a gamble too, because, well, for one, you could be like, he's a spy, and like keep me at arm's length, even though you know I brought it to you. It would be natural maybe to be suspicious after. And then on the other hand, if they find out I told you anything, then they might like kill me or something. So, you know. But I trust you. I trust that you won't I guess tell them that I'm spying. I don't know. I don't see how that information would get back to them, but I also don't know who they are. So and I don't know if I'm the first person they approached either, is kind of the other implication.
It probably won't be the last.
Yeah, so I guess that's the main reason I wanted to keep it like between us, is like not I don't really want to be like suspicious of people, but I kind of have to be when I'm taking a gamble like this. And yeah, I don't know who might tell them. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they have. And yeah, I don't think I could legitimately like lie to you guys like that. Yeah, I like you guys, and I want to be a part of Nu Epsilon. So
I really appreciate that. I will be perfectly frank with you. I have had my suspicions about you and your potential intentions before. Unjustly, by virtue of your previous connections with the crackheads.
a dark time.
Which is unfair of me to hold against or above anyone, because I mean, life in Los Santos is complicated enough, and we all have to, you know, tread whatever path we can in order to stay afloat amidst the chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, I met Margot at a vulnerable time. You know, I had just left DOC, and pretty much all my friends doing that as well.
Yeah.
And I met Margot, and she started out really sweet, really nice, really friendly. Same with Randall.
Yeah.
But that's how they get you. And you know, they started me on drugs, getting me high all the time. Well, you know, Margot had promised to teach me to be a doctor, which is, you know, actually why I moved to the city in the first place. But the hospital turned me away because they told me I was too new to the city. So Margot said she was a surgeon. She would teach me. Didn't really realize the manner in which she meant. For forced amputations and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Stole my kidney.
Oh.
Yeah. And not even for a purpose. Not even to like save a life or anything. I could at least, find some solace that, even though I hadn't intended to donate a kidney, maybe I had saved a life. Nope, she said she left it in the trunk of her car until it rotted. She forgot about it.
Ooh. You've been put through it, huh?
Yeah. And then they eventually decided that they loved me so much, that was their words, that they wanted me to be just like them. And they took me hostage at gunpoint, took me to the foundry, along with one of my friends, who I was told to look after. They held me at gunpoint and made me chop her arm off, and then knocked me out and chopped my own arm off.
Oh.
Just dumped us at the hospital. And they saw that as a privilege.
Hmm.
And they saw that as some sort of like initiation ritual or something. I don't know. They thought I would appreciate even though, they had alluded to things like that before. They're like, oh, we could make you look more like us. We could chop your arm off, all that stuff, as like thinly veiled jokes. And I would always say, no, I want both my arms. I'm not interested in that. It didn't matter. Thankfully, the doctor was there and was able to reattach both of our arms. And, things could have been a lot worse. But they also took that as a slap in the face and been hostile to me ever since.
Ooh. That is terrible, Wilco. I'm sorry.
Oh, they're terrible people.
Mm.
I should have never gotten involved with them in the first place, but I just didn't see the depths of it. I thought they were misunderstood.
In a fucked up way, they still kind of are, but not in a way that excuses their actions.
True. Suppose.
The path that led them to the point that they both are at is fraught with a domino effect, a sort of vicious cycle of them essentially being in the position that you were in. And by virtue of a strange kind of brainwashing of their own that they went through, they are under the impression that they are liberating people with these actions, when that is very much not the case.
And it's against people's wishes, Like, only liberate those who wish to be liberated.
I was lured under false pretenses about almost 5 or so months ago now, to have impromptu surgery done on my eyes. So I was very lucky that Dr. Stacy was actually the one that fixed their creative interpretation of what an ocular transplant is.
Dr. Stacy is very gifted.
She really is. I'm very lucky to call her friend.
Me as well. I met her one of my first days in the city, and she's always been good.
Really?
Yeah, she gave me my first car. Like my second day in the city, she just gave me a car. Really wonderful person.
Incredibly generous, indeed. Huh. That makes me smile to hear. I'm sorry that a lot of it was fraught with unnecessary tumult. At least you met some good people along the way. And by virtue of your cut here.
Yeah, I'm happy with where I ended up.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a chance, many times, that crackheads almost killed me. Quite literally.
Oh, uh-huh.
And, even that surgery, very real chance that hadn't succeeded, and, my life would look very different. Well, I mean, it wouldn't look anything if they had killed me, I guess, but, yeah.
I get your drift, yeah. Yeah. Well, at any rate, grateful you are here.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why, I'm interested in Nu Epsilon is I'm not proud of some of the things I've done while I was with the crackheads. I trusted them, and I followed Margot a little too naively. And I mean, I was involved in a number of operations myself. I'm really not proud of and I want to try and help the community instead. Help to build something good instead of being part of things like that.
Well, you did a very hard thing. You did probably one of the most difficult things that anyone could do. You broke yourself out of that cycle, and you're making a new choice for yourself. You've been making new choices for yourself, and I think that is very commendable. Because that is very difficult, especially when you are, under the influence in multiple ways.
Yeah.
I mean, the path that ended up, leading me here, I suppose both physically and theoretically, was, a bit similar. Using drugs to solve my problems, quotation marks.
Solves anything.
And then, thinking that destroying things was the only way to change. You can only set fire to so many, cruisers and government buildings before you realize that doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, and I may still have my criminal endeavors here and there with the Tigers, but we're not exactly violent. We're not like a 1% MC. We're a 69% MC. We we like to party and have a good time, and but we also need to stand up for ourselves and for our friends.
It's
and yeah, I'm just don't want to be taken advantage of again the way that I was, and my friend who I was supposed to protect, she was new to this city, ended up getting her arm chopped up because of people that I was associated with, and I just don't want that to happen to people I care about. I want to be able to protect them too.
That is very honorable. That is very honorable.
I guess so.
It'd be easy for me to stand here and probably I don't know, lecture you on, pacifism is the true way and, stuff like that. Avoid crime at all costs. But I think you and I can be, perhaps be in agreement that just because something is illegal doesn't mean it is immoral or unethical. Sometimes we
Yeah.
need to stray outside of those boundaries in order to protect the people that we care about or make meaningful change for the benefit of others. Now, how people make their money is none of my business. I want to make sure that I establish that first and foremost. A conversation that I had with Diego and Ashton as of late, helped me reform my mind and how strict I have been, which is why up until this point, membership has been closed off from people who have different paths in regards to supporting themselves and sustaining themselves. Because living in Los Santos does not make it easy. It doesn't matter where you live. It's simply not easy. And sometimes you have to do what some may consider drastic things in order to make your means.
Yeah. And, at least with the circus, a lot of them are civilians, but other groups still show them some courtesy because they have their claws. And the tigers. Which hopefully we never have to actually use the claws. But it's still just the existence of it is a bit of a deterrent.
Ultimately,
And,
what we want to work towards is a push against the cycle of violence and wanton cruelty that is rampant at times. So,
Yeah.
people who have a dedication to maintaining that status quo probably won't find a comfortable home here, I will be honest. But you do not strike me as that kind of person.
No, I very much hope violence is a last resort. But I'm not fully to the point where I don't see it as a necessary option at times.
I understand it can be very tricky because I suppose in a storybook, it is easy to simply, brush it off and say, well, pacifism is the key. It is the solution to everything. But that is... I've seen it happen too many times where that can be the ticket to someone's end.
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunately.
Look at this recent thing with Rob Stone, Even with going to the police, the police aren't really doing much to protect her. Only so much time you can give them, so much hurt you can endure.
Exactly.
Where you have to turn to other means. And hopefully it didn't really do much good in that situation. You caught me unawares. But in the future, I'm gonna try and protect her.
Thank you. I recognize this is one of those areas where I wish I was better skilled to some degree and wish I was better equipped, but I have to recognize my limitations and where my attempt to push forward or insert my involvement in regards to actively physically defending might put people in more trouble than actually helping.
Yeah. Well, I mainly bring this up to say that, you know, I really appreciate you considering the lifting the restrictions, and I am interested in becoming a member. As long as you're okay with those aspects of me too, you know?
Of course, it actually, I take it as a grand compliment that you would even consider such. And, we haven't delved too deep into it, but in regards to sordid pasts, I certainly have no leg to stand on. And I almost pay dearly for it, so... We all have our path that we walk.
Yeah. And I hope you can help lead the way.
I hope so too. But I'm very lucky by the people that I'm surrounded by who have decided to join me on this walk and lend their wisdom.
Yeah, you've got a good group.
I'm very lucky. I'm very grateful. Because it can be a little bit of a hard sell to basically be like, hey, fundamentally we are all connected. Let's do community service, huh? Especially with as hippy-dippy as I can be with it sometimes.
Well, you know, if my sordid past and copious amounts of mushrooms have taught me anything, it's, we are all connected.
Funny how myconoids are, are a pretty solid ticket into waking your brain up to that aspect, huh?
Yeah, it is very interesting.
Mushrooms are so fascinating. Huh. Sometimes makes
And
me wonder
delicious.
why they, ooh, 100% lion's mane? Don't even get me started. Chicken of the forest? You know, there's a lot of tree symbolism in a lot of, writings about Epsilon and whatnot, especially in Chris's books. And sometimes it makes me wonder why they didn't choose a mushroom. Especially if they wanted something a little more potent of a metaphor in regards to people being connected.
Interesting. Well, I suppose trees are more familiar to the masses.
This is true. I
There's
think, you know what?
something
Yeah.
off-putting, I think, to many people about fungus.
This is also very true, because what is it? They communicate electromagnetically? I'm trying to remember.
It is so interesting.
It is
yes,
so
and
fascinating.
over like massive distances too.
Yup.
They're like a hive mind or something. It's insane. They
Oh, there
even
was
have like they send their pain impulses down. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is fascinating. What is the... Oh, there was this shit post that was really popular on Life Invader that was something like, oh, you know, if I could talk to a mushroom, it would probably say something along the lines of, like, you cannot kill me in a way that matters. It's pretty metal.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to remember.
is.
I butchered it, but that specific line... That specific line has stuck with me. Exactly. But, yeah. All right. So you wish to walk the path then?
Yeah. And that's the talk I wanted to have with you. Just to, I mean, both the spicy thing and to sort of lay out my interest and who I am, you know? You know what you're getting, because I mean, we haven't interacted as much, I think, as, you know, Diego or Ashton or especially EJ and I.
Not nearly as much.
Yeah. So I understand you being hesitant.
You have clearly shown that you are willing to show up and do, volunteer events. Be around, put in the work, help people to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
What are you passionate
And I will
about?
either way. Well, I mean, I'm passionate about people, about meeting people, helping people, connecting people to each other. This city can feel wonderful when people come together, but it can also be very isolating if you aren't able to branch out,
This is very
And-
true.
And I haven't been here for the longest time. Yeah, I think I'm here around 6 months ago.
Oh, wow. So around the same amount of
So-
time.
I know how rough it could be to start somewhere new.
That's right. They have been around the same amount of time.
I'd like to help people with things like that,
We don't have a set roadmap in place quite yet, but I want to make sure that each person has their journey to membership sort of bespoke, tailored to each individual. And I mentioned this briefly during the meeting we had, but I want you to think about what steps you would like to complete. What sort of checklist would you want to set for yourself? What do
I
you
also
think?
love to work with the lifers more too.
I can certainly help arrange with that. Yes, indeed. Yeah, want you to think about, if you are willing to indulge, and you don't have to answer right now, what steps do you think you need to complete in order to be considered a mentor status, a member? And I want you to think of whether it's a program, whether it's an event. I would like you to, envision one up. We would be more than happy to help with, materials, funds, marketing, all of that jazz.
I just realized, I feel like I should have realized it soon. But I think Nu Epsilon might be the place to do the things I wanted to do the lifers when I was DOC that I never could. It always seemed like we were adversaries in a way,
Oh, that is really tricky because of that already established framework of a relationship that can be very limiting.
Yeah. And I would want to help them. And some of them were susceptible or interested, open to that. But even then, they would often then be criticized by their fellow prisoners for, being a snitch or, talking to DOC or, whatever. Teacher's pet, all that kind of stuff.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yup. Politics.
Made things very difficult. So, yeah, I'll definitely think of some things. And there's definitely some events that I think would be fun with the prison.
I'll have to admit, Lifer Outreach is one of my pet projects, so I'm actually really delighted to hear that because you have a very unique perspective that, while we do have Mike Saff as one of our members, it's always good to have other minds to help cook things up.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are already doing great work. I just want to add to it.
I appreciate that. It's of the couple of tent poles that we want to do. We hope that we can help become a sort of springboard for people to do projects and do things that they may not be able to do elsewhere. So even if it seems like a, you know, beyond your wildest dreams kind of situation, we'll at least do our best because we've been really lucky with people giving us opportunities. And I would be remiss if I did not use that to help lift others up, because you never know what will grow from that. Even if it doesn't, you know, even if it goes outside of Nu Epsilon, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's someone who's not a member, that just means more better for everyone. And that probably sounds super hippy-dippy, utilitarian and all of that, but I don't see things like that as competition. I see that as a symbol that we're doing something right.
I think you guys are doing a lot right. I think you guys are doing amazing, really. There's not
I appreciate
really another
that.
group in the city doing anything like this. I mean, I guess the Neon Jungle is the closest, but very different and very limited in scope too.
Mm-hmm. Now they're doing incredible work. The facility actually blew my mind.
Yeah, it turned out wonderfully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just really wish there were more people for the Neon Jungle. Like I can't do it myself because it's like Sloan and Bringle are so knowledgeable and so amazing with all that. But people come up to me all the time with eggs and they're like, "What do I do with this? What do I do with this?" And there's only two people that can help them. I'm sure they're trying to get some more people on board.
Well, I hope they'll be able to. There's one of our members, Sammy Mustard, that actually has experience with what is it, both avian and reptile, I believe. Like rescue and restoration. She's done a lot of work in the Everglades. Mm-hmm. So if there's a way we can either, you know, have some sort of joint partnership or something like that. Or heck, even if Sammy just goes and works for them, that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'd be interested in that. I know, you know, I know there's a few members of the circus who are still relatively ignorant about Nu Epsilon.
That's okay.
By and large, I find the sentiment is people really appreciate you guys.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and you know, we have a few members too, like Sunny, who are you know, both in the circus and in Nu Epsilon. So I think that also goes a long way to helping people come around, and with more interaction, I think too. Even those
for sure,
you will end up changing their minds.
Yep, I know a lot of things take time, and here's the thing: the Epsilon program has well earned its poor reputation, and especially with us as Nu Epsilon following up that legacy, I do not blame anyone for feeling the way they do. Does it get annoying? Yeah, that gets annoying sometimes, but I don't blame people.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but one of my first days in the city, I got told to call you guys up and ask you about the sex cult.
Yep, Big Dog Noodles, right?
Yep, Big Dog Noodles.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were making me do.
That's quite all right. It's you know, if I recall correctly, I was pretty testy that day anyways, so that probably that didn't add any help to that either.
I felt so bad. I remember I apologized for a while after.
You were actually you were very contrite. Is contrite the right word? You were very apologetic.
I think so. I think contrite is like
Mm-hmm.
repentant or something.
Yes.
I think along those lines.
Yes, indeed. I didn't know if that was too intense a word because you were just polite. you were polite. It was a simple misunderstanding that no one could really blame you for.
Yeah, it was set up. Christian Toe's fault.
Ah, you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, knowing that it was
Well,
Christian
anyway.
Toe makes it a little funnier.
Is it? He was giggling the
Yeah.
whole time, too.
Oh yeah, he's good people. I like Christian.
Yeah, he's done that to a few people. I know he did it to Catherine as well.
Oh, gotcha.
Back in the
Mhm.
early days.
Yeah, it's unfortunate I wasn't in a better humor. I think it was because it was constantly being joked about that I was like, please stop.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. It wasn't a bad reaction, I think. It was it made me realize how far off base I was.
Yeah, you know, that's okay though. No one could blame you. Plus, it's just a funny
No.
joke.
But yeah, I don't want to take up all your time. I know you
Not
were
at all.
sound like you had another meeting after.
Oh, I got a handful of them, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate, I actually really appreciate you chatting with me. This was
I
illuminating.
appreciate you too.
Mhm.
Like I
So-
said, I've been meaning to pull you aside for a bit, and then it just keeps
Yeah,
slipping my
past
mind.
just, yeah, that's quite all right. You know, it's also been incredibly busy.
Yeah, that as well.
Mm. Ah, asbestos.
Oh, nice call. Oh, he hung up. Hung up right as I was about-
But yeah, hopefully within the next couple of days, Monday at the latest, we'll have a more set in stone a pathway to some degree or another so that you're not left, you know, waiting in, I guess, decision purgatory.
I mean, it's all good. I'm in no rush. I'm very
Mhm.
patient, and you know, like I said, either volunteer or member, I still intend to help out with all the events.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I thank you, Wilco. And Kiflam, we shall speak again soon.
Kifla,
All right, you drive safe, all right?
I was gonna say
Huh?
I was gonna say you too to drive safe, but that doesn't apply. Anyway,
I'll probably be
I'm
driving
just-
in a
I'm
bit.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
you're good.
Okay, drive safe too.
Perfect, thank you. Oh, Wilco! Ah, Kiflam, brother. Sorry that took me so long.
Kiflam indeed, sister.
How are you doing? How
I'm
long were
doing
you
pretty
stuck
good.
waiting?
You know, since you last saw him,
Okay.
it's not like super long, you know.
You know, an hour.
An hour, yeah.
Oh,
But
jeez.
what did Wilco want?
Wilco wanted to ask some questions about, honestly, membership.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple people, Dexton. I'm gonna do it in
Does that
order of
mean
what
he
my
would
character
wanna
will do.
leave, Neon Tigers?
No. So, this ties in really nicely into some of the changes that Diego and I were discussing, and I want to get your opinion on.
Okay, beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, EJ just texted me, I have tea so bad.
What the hell? I thought she went to bed.
Hey, Eliza.
Hey, EJ, are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't expect you to be still around.
That's okay. I'm, degenning tonight, you know?
Okay. Well, it's okay if I call you back.
Oh, 100%. I'm just at the center with Ashton talking about the new changes.
Ashton's around too?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
I bullied him.
Good. That man needs a good bully. Okay, anyway, I gotta go.
All right,
Okay,
I'll
bye.
let you go. Bye. Okay, it doesn't seem like emergency, so we're
You
good.
bullied me?
Yeah, I bullied you.
Yeah, you kind of did.
A little bit. Also, don't give in to my bullying if you actually have to sleep.
No.
I'm
No,
bullying you to
surprisingly,
not
I
give in to my
actually-
bullying!
Surprisingly, I actually have the time tonight.
Wow. So, all right, there's a list of things that we discussed. One of them is chiefly sort of reevaluating how strict we are with people and how strict we are in regards to who we allow to enter the process of becoming a member. And I'm curious as to your thoughts about that.
I mean, given everything that's been going on and has happened lately, yeah, I think it's definitely time to kind of reevaluate that process. I mean, this is why I brought up the other day, like, I think we should bring, like, real tests back.
Mm-hmm.
At least to some level of standard, right? Because let's
Mhm.
look at how the last two went, okay? We did the one with Clay. That seemed to scare the shit out of him, but not enough to make him like really take a look at himself in the mirror with his chest bared wide open, then actually reflect upon his bullshit. And then EJ, well, all she had to do was climb to the top of the fucking Vinewood sign and get handed a fucking medallion.
Yeah, I think for hers, it was one of those, she had been volunteering a lot, and we didn't really...
I mean, I understand that, but at the same time...
But I'm in agreement with you. It's... Okay, I am very glad that we're in agreement on this.
There has to be a level of consistency here, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yep.
Because I think, honestly, I think that's part of the reason why he started to act up again.
Mm-hmm.
I think he started to act up because he was there for EJ's medallion ceremony, and he went, oh, so I had to climb up and face my biggest fear by climbing up to the tallest bridge in the fucking city, and all she had to do was climb to the top of the Vinewood side? Yeah, definitely think that played a part in him starting to get like mouthy and rude again.
That's actually a really good point. I did not consider that factor. But this is in several different levels. First, we'll start with what you're talking about, consistency. Kind of heard us talk about it in the meetings that we had, but and of course your input is incredibly valuable here. So if you want to push back against it, then it'll be hopefully I'll be able to get Diego for this as well, but basically establishing SOPs to some degree.
Yes.
In regards to, first off, member conduct. Second off, volunteers who want to become members, giving them a very clear framework as to what that process is going to look like. Which I would rather hammer out with both you and Diego.
Yes.
Because in the conversations I've had with Diego, we both agreed to some point that yes, each prospective member will probably have a slightly different path depending on what they're aiming to do. But at least having a base framework that is consistent for everyone, I think is very good.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we've kind of been doing things willy-nilly and off the cuff. And I think that worked before we had so many people interested. You know, when it was like every other, like maybe every 2 months when somebody would actually be interested in making it this far. It was like, okay, yeah, we can just kind of like off the cuff this shit, right? But now that there's so many people, I feel like a lot of them probably feel pretty lost on exactly what a path forward really looks like. Especially since we're all such stirrers, and we stir in front of like everybody. so we don't I think people don't take us seriously all the time about being like good people.
Mm-hmm. I think you and I are on the same page about that because I'm
Yeah,
also
I
guilty
think-
on this.
I think I need to tone back my like nepo baby tendencies that have been coming out where I'm like, EJ, you're poor and can't read.
Yeah, we're
know what,
very much on
Diego-
the same page there.
Diego bought the Kiflamazine and a part of me awoke, all right?
I don't blame
The
you.
Succession music started playing in my head.
Yes. That is okay though. That is okay though.
Oh,
I'm glad we're very much I figured we would be perhaps on the same
Yeah.
page, but I also don't want to make assumptions.
no, that's totally
yeah.
valid because Diego and I feel the same way when it comes to like these conversations when you're not around.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, we could probably assume that Eliza would agree or disagree with this, but like I'd rather not make the assumption and then make the decision without her being present, without you being present. You know, like it's just we're a board. We operate as a board. We should keep it the way we've been doing it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It's that consistency aspect again.
Very much agreed. So yeah, basically establishing not strict, but just
Mhm.
establishing something. And then, based off of a couple of conversations I've had with Diego, with others, something I've been meditating on, I need to, and I'll take responsibility for this. It is a we thing, but I think I need to find a balance between being strict and allowing people to breathe reasonably. Because a lot of my concerns have been optics and people's safety.
And I understand both of those. I just feel that, like, as an organization, right? Like, our whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and especially for a long time, was like mainly the rehabilitation of people that commit crimes and like the most severe of crimes, right? So I like,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand that there needs to be like a balance and that it's hard to find a balance when it comes to like helping people who still somewhat engage in a criminal lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
and like being able to make the determination of like who is here for like, you know, like spiritual progression and who's here to kind of just like fuck around and maybe be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like because I've been going back and forth in my head about this too, right? Because especially with Wilco being around all the time, because I love Wilco.
Mhm.
I think he's great, but it's difficult because it's like, yeah, optically we need to like all, especially if you remember, like you should not be doing crimes. It definitely not violent fucking crimes and like felonies, right? But at the same time, like that becomes complicated because, you know, we live here.
Exactly. The reality of living in Los Santos, and this is actually what I was just discussing with Wilco, is, you know, some people, for one reason or another, are
Mhm.
forced to make their living in a less than legal way.
Exactly. Like I think the percentage of people that do crime as their main, you know, like income,
Yep.
it far outweighs the percentage of us that exists.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's just like finding that balance. And I guess like here's a question about optics. Like, will the government really even care?
That is actually something Diego and I spoke quite a bit at length about a little earlier today.
Really, I'd
Um,
love to know how that went.
Specifically in regards to like raids and the business license.
Mm-hmm.
The onus is largely on me to keep my shit together, right? Which I
Yeah.
do not plan on dropping at any point.
Mm-hmm.
And we do, and I do agree, we have optics that we have to care about, right? You know, if it gets to the point where we have too many people fucking around and doing crime and
Yeah.
robbing banks and whatnot,
Yeah.
that could lose us our business license. That could lose us our nonprofit status and the partnerships that we have been working so long and hard to build with the
Yeah.
DOC, etc. So that is one potential issue. On the other hand, I agree that we need to be able to open the path to people and give them that option. Because if we're going to sit here and point at people who, you know, do petty crimes or, you know, rob banks once in a while, point our fingers at them and go, well, fuck you. You don't deserve a chance in here. Then we're basically closing them out of an opportunity.
Yeah, it's like
And-
offering them an off
Mhm.
ramp, but having it, you know, roped off just at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I was a bit close-minded. I did not foresee that being an issue that we would come across. And
Well,
I
mean,
guess-
I don't think any of us ever really thought we'd be
you know what? Yeah, I don't think any of us thought that.
here, you know?
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I very much agree. I think what we need to establish is what is an acceptable boundary to set. Like, I of course am, like, if anyone is doing like violent felonies, that's a
Oh,
no
no,
for me.
that's a no-go.
That is a no for me.
That's a big no.
You know, what level, like how many times do we accept that someone messes up before we simply have to maybe bid them adieu for now or whatever we
Mhm.
want to call it? Because I agree, people deserve an opportunity. The question is, how many opportunities do we give
Yeah.
where we find the balance between being generous and being taken advantage of?
I mean, should we just have like a flat 3 strikes rule? What do you think of that?
That is a really good question. I am inclined towards that, but Diego brought up a really good point that it could vary from person to person,
I
depending
also
on
think
what
a
it
case
is.
by it's going to be very
Yeah.
case by case,
Which makes it tricky, but
because like that's how it's been with Clay and EJ, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, things are because like with EJ, it's like, yeah, fucked up shit is happening, but it's fucked up shit that's happening to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
exactly.
fucked up shit that she's not necessarily always like willingly choosing to go
Mhm.
into head first. Whereas like with Clay, he's like stealing people's cars after giving them the fucking Epsilon spiel and
Yeah.
a book.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, Clay, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's one
And
of
I
those
hate that-
things
I-
where it's
yeah.
I feel like those are, not to get too corporate, but those are coachable moments, I think.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, is this something that we feel like we are equipped to help guide them?
Uh-huh.
And is it something that we think is outside of our realm and not going to be coachable? That's
Yeah, and I guess the other part too is like these people have to be willing to want to put in the work that it
Mhm.
took all of us to get to the point that we're at. You know, both literally like
Mhm.
with the program itself and the work we've done internally on ourselves, right?
Yep.
And if like they're not willing to put like listen, it's great if you show up to every fucking event that we have. Every event, every volunteer meeting, that's fucking great. But if you keep showing up and you're not actually showing any sort of behavioral change, then it's just kind of pointless. And honestly, it kind of makes it look like the program doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Like, I will acknowledge there were plenty of times that I fucked up back in Vice City.
Mm-hmm. Oh, same. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah.
Like, even as a part of the program, when I first started, I was,
Mm-hmm.
man, I was a veritable asshole for the first 6 months.
Yeah, early
I was just
recovery is
I was
hell.
very lucky that the person that was helping me out was patient
Mm-hmm.
and kind. Because I think, if I had to deal with me, I mean, I'd
Oh,
like
yeah,
to think
you're a
that I
real
would be of
saint
help, but
for dealing with me.
no, I am
Although
lucky.
I think you caught mainly the tail end of it, if I'm
Mhm.
being honest. By the way, you mentioned something earlier about my April 1st crash out.
Oh yeah, what did I say?
That we needed to talk about something involving that, but
Did
not
we?
involving that. Tangentially related. Is that this
Oh
conversation?
yeah, that's this. Yeah, that's this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's this conversation.
Just the way you phrased that made me think, like, did something really come out of that? Like,
No,
what?
I think
Did a cop
I'm
fly,
over
like...
caffeinated, and I don't remember what I said. I'll be perfectly
Oh
honest.
yeah, it's all that green tea.
All that green, all that tea.
All that green, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, because here's the thing, like, we are just gonna get more people interested, and I think actually a big roadblock for more people being interested in it. Well, I mean, it's a two-pronged thing. It's our perception,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the fact that I think as a part of that perception, we're seen as like we're either seen as like an evil, shadowy, Illuminati organization that's doing nefarious deeds, behind the scenes, or we're the goodiest of goody two shoes, and losers.
And we'll pee our pants if someone accidentally knocks over a fire
exactly.
hydrant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think those are kind of roadblocks for people like wanting to engage with that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's yeah, and it'll
'Cause, like,
continue to be a challenge.
I'm sure you've heard how some of the people that show up to volunteer events
Oh,
are
100%.
like the comments they make under their breath,
Oh, 100%.
questioning why the fuck they're there, and it's like, yeah,
It's like no one made you
okay.
be here.
No one made you come here.
Yeah.
You could have just kept that thought inside your thick fucking skull.
You know.
But I get it. Not everybody's, at that point.
Yeah, I think over the next couple of days, I'll probably be bugging both you and Diego to maybe do a meeting, and we just sit down and we just hammer out rules.
I mean, I think that's great.
Or
Did you ever finish
guidelines.
that Rockford Rules book, or is that just
Honestly, I'm
this
keeping
now?
it open because I think we can meld the two. So what I talked about with Diego, he pitched the idea that we, of course, have the members book that we give to new members. And I'm debating whether, because we talked about the kind of members that we are looking for, right? We have the branches of the tree, the people who do the volunteer work, who put the effort forth, who get the sunlight, see the breeze, is seen by most people, and provides the most support for the work that we do. And, of course, the trunk is the core, our core goals, what drives us with what we're doing. And then there are the roots, those unseen parts that spread far and wide. In getting nutrients and information in ways that the branches are not aware of, and that the public is not aware of.
I do think having more members will help.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it'll help perception.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's definitely gonna hurt perception for like with some people, but like
Yeah,
I think those people were already gonna hate us anyway.
exactly.
So,
They'll
like,
find
fuck it.
reasons.
Yeah. But I think that might be another part of this too. Is like, cause there's so few of us that wear the medallion, that like it kind of looks like I don't know. I don't know how to phrase this. Like, yeah, I guess it kind of makes us look like some weird shadowy organization.
It's of course, I agree. We want it to simultaneously, like, we want the medallion to have value
Mhm.
and have purpose and reason, but I agree, because so few people have it, it adds a mystique that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, in regards to member manuals, depending on who we bring on, maybe Rockford rules we might save for specific individuals, as it were, depending on what their goals are.
Yeah, that's going to be the other part of this
That's
whole
the
process, is really determining who, which you and I have been through already. You know, you and I had many conversations about Sunny and like how much she should be made aware of. And honestly, she seems to deal with some of it very well, because she seemed like man on the spot when she figured out like the camera stuff. Like, she always seemed to like be very like aware of that.
I'm getting a call from EJ.
Really, I'd answer it.
Oh,
Hello, and Kiflam.
hi, Eliza. Can we meet right now?
Yes, indeed. I'm with
Are you at the
Ashton at the center.
At the center? At the center?
Yes, at the center.
Oh, let's meet in secret.
Oh, do you want me to not tell Ashton?
Oh, no, you could probably tell Ashton.
Okay, do you want Ashton
hey.
with?
Oh, wait, not Ashton. Fuck him. Wait, sorry. Yeah. Oh, wait. Actually, no, let's meet at center.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Man, I swear if I get
Okay.
excluded again.
Okay, yeah.
Bye.
Okay. I'm bringing a special guest who wants
Special
to
guest?
repent. Yeah.
Really? Is it
Okay,
someone who's been
bye.
trying to sell his cars?
No. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I think EJ's bringing Dart to the center, maybe?
Are you kidding?
I don't know. She started giggling when I asked her if it was someone who's been trying to sell his cars, and she was like,
Oh,
no.
man.
You know what? This will be interesting. And you know what? Hey, new processes put to test.
Yeah.
But
What's the deal with Diego, by the way?
in what way?
The meetings?
Oh, the meetings he's been having with both Fred and Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie, I think it's because prom date.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if there's something brewing there or what, but that's not for me to speculate, just to support. And Edgar has actually been helpful in expressing wanted to help us out with our Rob situation, because clearly the cops don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And by virtue of EJ being, super fucking charismatic and everyone loving her, it seems that a lot of his boys enjoy her company and want to make sure that she doesn't get murdered by some psychopath. And
So
apparently
Rob's
Diego and Edgar
dead?
have been discussing, well, not yet as far as I know. But apparently Diego and Edgar have been discussing that, and also discussing our potential new roommate.
Okay.
So, what was it? Yeah, apparently they talked a little bit about the Rooster's Rest stuff. Apparently Edgar doesn't seem to know anything about the nest boxes that were in there, but...
Oh my god. We're never gonna find it. We're never gonna figure it out, Eliza.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? Another conversation Diego and I had was basically touching base on what we want to be focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for the time being, and I think it's mostly because information is dried up and we don't seem to be in the crosshairs.
Oh,
Ah.
it's totally D'Artagnan.
We have guests.
Oh,
What do
wonderful.
you mean, multiple?
No, just one. I have so
One?
much tea, Eliza. You're not allowed to go to sleep. Okay?
Okay, I'm not going to sleep
What
yet.
the hell? That's fucked up. You're the found.
But don't tell anyone I told you that. Okay? Ow.
That's okay.
Okay, right.
I didn't
You're
hear
legit-
anything.
you're legit
Shall we invite
legally
them
bound
inside?
to- No, it's Dart.
Do we want to invite them inside?
Spend like doing degenerate shit that fucks up your life.
Okay, no, Ashton. We're gonna stay here.
Am I gonna go speak to him alone?
Yeah. I think he's gonna apologize.
What the fuck?
Hope I don't die.
Well.
Kiflam, Dart.
Meet again.
We do indeed. I'll have to say, I'm quite pleased to see you.
Oh, really?
I
Find
actually
that hard
am.
to believe.
I'll just go inside, okay?
Okay.
No.
Well, if I've been unwelcome to you in any way, I'll cut the bullshit. I'm certain you can understand why.
Right.
EJ mentioned that you wish to have some words with me.
I wanted to illuminate the situation. You know, a little bit more context on the
Mhm.
chain debacle.
Mm-hmm.
Mitigating factors and tempers have been adjusted to where I don't think that needs to be an option any longer.
Okay.
And another way forward could be a result, you know? Okay?
Hmm.
So, I guess I'm sorry, you know, for flying off the handle and demanding precious chain.
He's so sincere right now. I'm certain that wasn't easy for you to say, and I really appreciate you for saying that.
Yeah, well, you know, I get it. You know, it's not religious, so shouldn't matter. It was going to be used to help me, you know, guide and cross paths, you know, in search of that thing that we've been talking about.
Dart right now. Mm-hmm.
So, because I'm over it. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Out of my hands. No longer my deal.
Oh, really?
You know what? I think it's better off in the hands of someone like, honestly, you.
In what way?
Hey, that's not for me to say anymore. Whatever you deem fit.
Hmm. I'll have to say I'm quite curious as to what has brought about this change in perception of yours.
Well, there was obviously a recent change in structure, and priorities had to be weighed. And I think this adventure looked less priority to me, even though given the magnitude. I forgot about my horse. I forgot about my saddle. Forgot about who I was and what direction, given the west, I came from. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man forgot his roots.
So I see you come here looking to plant a seed, yes?
I told you the seed story. That's not a good...
Or I should
Eliza,
rephrase it. Are you looking to plant it in the ground or in a hoof?
How many people try to plant seeds in the hoofs around here?
More than plenty.
I
Well,
myself even
not
tried it
successfully.
first time we met.
I know.
But I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to plant a seed. I just maybe got the inkling that you were real sour on me. And not for nothing.
If I was truly sour on you, Dart, I, A, would not have spent the time speaking on the phone with you as I did, in spite of how ornery you were. I will acknowledge that. And B, I wouldn't be speaking to you right now.
Well, thank you. That's good to know.
I know we have different perspectives and different methodologies in how we carry ourselves and tend to our business. But as always, I do appreciate the other perspective. Now, do I appreciate receiving threats, however empty, or attempting to be perhaps misled in regards to intentions? I do not. But do I understand why someone may, or the thought process that went behind it? I certainly could.
Well, cards on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Flip them over.
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect anything less from me?
How long have we known each other now, Dart? I don't know you super well. I don't even know your name.
You know, I say, you might even know me longer than some of your old members here.
This
And
is
yet
true.
You don't even know my name.
I do not
You're
know your
right.
name.
Would you even wanna? You don't need to, right? Why would you want to get to know a guy like me? Because, like you said, we are opposites.
Oh, I never said opposites.
I do.
You think we're opposites?
Think about it.
You think I've never planted a seed in someone's hoof?
I didn't take that into consideration.
Hmm.
I'm just looking at the surface, I guess.
Ah.
Look at all that you built. All on the back. All on your shoulders. Now that's something to be admired. Guy like me? Come on. I couldn't run something like that. No. I get too frustrated too quick.
Mm.
Think of all the people you got around you. All the attitudes and sparky, plucky behaviors that you gotta balance. Me? I could barely stand myself some mornings. And our ideals. What lines do we cross and what lines we don't? Yeah, I'd say we're quite far apart.
Mm. I appreciate your perspective.
Do you?
I do. Whether or not you believe me is not up to me, though.
Who's it up to then?
You.
Me?
Mm. I can't force someone to swallow the truth any sooner than I can force a horse to swallow a balloon. Why apologize?
I don't know. I guess I got talking with a friend. I'm sure you know who that is. And some things are put into perspective for me. You know, why not carve out the hoof and clean it out? You know? I'd leave it all to rot. Unless you get enjoyment out of it.
Enjoyment out of what? You apologizing?
The rot.
The rot.
The anger.
You know, there might have been a time where I would have. I'll be honest. Right now, no.
Really?
Really.
With me or in general?
I'll say right now with you. I'll be perfectly frank. There's a vindictive part of me that I do not like or enjoy. That I know is a part of a younger version of myself. Still a part of myself nonetheless. But do I feel vindictive right now? No. You got too much verve and honestly your cojones are too big for me to enjoy any sort of rot.
But you seem to be always the one to put the check in, clip the nuts of the bull.
It's kind of my job.
It is, isn't it? You had to do that a couple of times for me.
Listen, if I don't set my boundaries and I don't set the standards, then we're just flailing about with no direction.
That sounds like a good time.
suppose such.
And
Unfortunately,
me-
we are under a lot of scrutiny.
Well, sure you are, but I'm not talking about Epsilon
Oh.
right now.
You specifically.
And you.
Oh, myself.
Think about it. I'm an habitual line stepper. Would you like that any other way? Let me ask you something. Do you really change people? People really change and seek enlightenment?
Oh, Drawn!
Is that all there is in this place, or can they become a better version of who they are?
I'm glad you asked that. We can't make anyone change. People have to want to change. Now,
What if they don't want to change? But evolve.
now we're talking. Tell me, Dart, what does the evolved version of you look like?
You're the all-seeing eye.
I am not the all-seeing eye.
You're the head of the organization.
I am the head of the organization.
You're the most educated.
I am not the most educated.
What do you think?
I don't even know your name. How can I tell you who you should be? That's not my job. Might I provide tools for your toolbox? Or stepping stones, or even a ladder? To help you reach your goals, or even a sounding board? For someone to talk to, so that they may come to their own conclusions on things. I can certainly provide that. But I am no sculptor of man. I'm not gonna dig in there and punch furrows into your brain to create new synapses. I'm a provider of opportunities, not a fastener of destinies.
Well, sure you are.
In what way?
Well, no, I was just agreeing with you.
Ah,
Sure you are. You're absolutely right. Remarkable. Extraordinary. Most people that try and do all that, you know, they gotta do it a little bit more of a more physical, violent way. You accomplished this all with a motto.
I didn't do this alone. There are people around me and who are no longer with us that have...
Oh, come on.
I mean, this is true. Is there a part of me that will megalomaniacally acknowledge how much work I put in? Yes, 100%. But it would be deeply foolish of me to not recognize people like EJ right behind me. Or Diego, or Ashton. Many others who have made their mark on not just myself, but this place as well. And not even this place, because even if we didn't have this building, I think we would have accomplished just as much as we have.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that way back before you had the building. I said to myself, I said, you know, this is something. But what did I say, right? What ended up happening? James Kelly, right?
Mm.
James Kelly's right.
You
said
did
those
say
words.
that. You did say
Can't take
that.
those words back.
Do you?
Would it matter?
I mean, they were said. Do you mean it?
Sometimes you gotta lay in the bed you make, you know?
This is
I
true.
think I'm done trying to deceive you, Eliza. Done taking you for a ride.
Are you?
Yeah.
Dart, where's the fun in that?
Well, you're gonna get Dart. You're gonna get the real D'Artagnan.
Mm. And why is that?
I just think it's about time. I think I owe you the courtesy.
You don't owe me anything, Dart.
You've indulged me more than once, more than many people would.
This is true. Sorry, that was a bit out of line of me to say.
Not at all. Here's the thing, Eliza. I want us to be on good terms.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want you to forget what a piece of shit I am.
Hmm. Why is that?
You know, because I am who I am. I was born this way. There's a reason a guy like me knows specific small informations about putting a root in a horse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a sick, twisted, slow death of a poor, poor animal just to spite your enemy.
This is true.
A guy like that, yeah. That's a piece of jet, as they say. And say if everything was to go well, open my eyes to the whole path, indulge myself in the community events.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take advantage. You know I would.
And if you do?
What? You gonna keep me in line?
No, I'm asking, and if you do?
Exactly. What do you mean?
I mean, you're saying, you know, this hypothetical situation where you take advantage of us. What's the
Like it goes
advantage you're
well.
seeking?
Well, for a while, things are looking good. Maybe I get what I want about all that movie stuff and stuff like that.
Hey, thanks for
but
the follow.
it's
What's
in
up?
my nature.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta take advantage.
So taking advantage as in getting your movie, what, getting your medallion, and then what?
Yeah. Who knows what?
Who's to say we're not getting something in return?
Care to expand on that? What do you get in return from a guy taking advantage of this great establishment?
Oh.
Institution.
Taking advantage assumes that you have the upper hand in this scenario.
Are you saying I wouldn't?
Oh, would you? Do you think you do? I don't suffer fools, Dart.
Is that what I am to you?
No.
Might be.
You think I'm suffering a fool right now?
Maybe you are.
Well, I'm making the choice, am I not? I'm not getting taken advantage of when I am making a choice. Eliza, what are you fucking doing with your face? Am I being taken advantage of right now simply by speaking to you, Dart?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Huh. Alright, fair. Do you need anything to eat or drink?
I'm fine.
Alright. You don't want to come inside?
Am I unblacklisted?
You've never been blacklisted, Dart.
Felt like I was.
Well, I mean, you were making threats,
manifest
so... Yeah. Let's say you were blacklisted and more, it was like,
I
hey,
make
this guy might
threats.
try to kidnap you and take your medallion.
Yeah, I make threats.
Mm.
And I'll probably keep making threats.
Oh, okay.
Not to you guys,
Ah, just in
Yes.
general. Gotcha.
but in general. That's what I do. You're not always violent. See, around here, people don't make threats unless they're violent. Me, I threaten my cereal.
Mm.
The follow through, the execution. Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Can't be that reckless in a city like this, you know?
You really can't.
I've skirted the lines with the threats. But acting on them? If we go inside and we talk more. Am I gonna like what I'm gonna hear?
You know what, Dart? I'm not going to make any promises I can't keep.
Fair enough.
First and foremost, EJ, I don't want to keep you waiting. Did you have something you wanted to discuss with me first?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm just a statue.
Right, wanted to make sure that you weren't stuck waiting on me, because, you know.
No.
Yeah, Master 5,000, 18
Yeah,
cups
yeah.
of green tea
She's,
in.
I gotta leave, you guys. I might.
You
Just-
pushed me forward for a little bit of moral support to have this conversation with you.
I really appreciate that, EJ.
Wait, sorry, can I talk to you real quick?
Mm.
Before we go inside? Because I might take my leave and you can call me too when you're
Don't sleep. I have tea so bad. Don't sleep.
She's gonna stick around for a while.
Oh, brilliant.
and then I'll just take my leave when I need to be.
Oh,
taking my
perfect.
leave.
I'll admit I won't have too much longer, and I know I wanted to speak to EJ about something briefly, but figured we might as well get out of the rain in the meantime. We have someone moving our furniture around currently, so our usual seating arrangements are not up to standard.
All right, well, maybe we can lounge in the kitchen.
We could lounge up here if you like.
All right.
You know, I'm gonna take my leave real quick, okay, guys?
Oh,
I need to
of
go
course.
Yeah. Alright. Jar, let me know when you need a ride, okay? Or
Will do.
okay.
Mm.
Okay.
He's been having a lot of boy problems. Hmm?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who demand her attention.
Mm.
So, you know, some people could probably do to understand that fostering a friendship is just as, if not more valuable than trying to foster a romantic one.
That's right. That's right. She expressed some of that to me in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I was showing her the golf course. I gave her some suggestions
Mm.
for Kiflam events. Spitball.
Really?
Like a fundraiser to rebuild the broken bridge in the middle of the golf course.
That is a really good idea.
Everyone could dress as chinos and tan chinos and polo nets and ladies' sundresses and stuff as they all
Uh-huh.
sip champagne and rich people country club as they raise money for the golf course. So while doing that, yeah, she told me about the stalker. So she mentioned that a few times, and she's a good kid. Good kid. You know, Edgar, he likes her. He likes her. But she said Edgar's a playboy. She doesn't want to get caught up with a guy like that. Yeah, I say to myself, Edgar barely loves himself.
Jesus.
Well, that's a very complicated business, isn't it? How do you deal with it? Or better yet, how do you deal with all of your people and all the relationships that they have? I bet that's complicated.
It is very much so, at times. Sometimes I think I'm up to the task, other times I am woefully aware of how much I am not. But it's a learning process, I suppose.
Well, maybe you're not as smart as you think, huh? Or as I give you credit for.
Mm.
Because I'm actually an expert in it.
Yo, you're well, if you are at your leisure and willing to share, please, do tell.
You just got to be honest with yourself. EJ is who she is. She said she was trying to change because she was getting entangled with too many boys. Right? I said to her, you can't lay that all on your own shoulders there, EJ, because people, if these boys ain't emotionally mature enough to realize that, the friendship and the whatnot, and then they dip you after, they see a romantic relationship going nowhere, you don't gotta change for them. They're not emotionally mature enough to see that, that's on them. And I said, this is how I do it. Jay, we're friends, right? Yeah, I'm sure she would agree. So you just keep it as that. I refer to her as a dog. I love her like a dog. Think of the affection you give a dog. Think of how caring you are to a dog. Right? But the dog. So, all that other nonsense that even some of my own crew was always get caught up in with the chicas, as they say. Have you heard of that? You don't have to deal with it. Yeah? You like that analogy?
That is a pretty good analogy. It's very illustrative.
You meet a snake, you treat a snake like a snake. You gotta watch yourself. They can coil. If it's a fat one, it can wrap yourself around and suffocate you. If it's got a oddly shaped head, it could bite you. Same analogies could be put to a human. Snakes. So you treat those people like you would treat a snake. You could put them in a tank and admire them. Be their mice.
How do you suggest I treat you then?
Oof. Well, that's simple. A thoroughbred.
A horse?
Every now and then, he needs to be taken out of the stables and ridden a little bit. Or else he gets too pent up. Sometimes a thoroughbred horse, he won't take to the whips of the reins. That means he might need to be put out to the pasture. You don't have a pasture, that's bad news for the horse. Or sometimes, if you're not going to sell him or make money or just keep him as a pet, he's got to be put out to the pasture, like I say. You got to have a big field for a horse. You got to let him run around, Or he'll buck and he'll neigh and he'll use his big teeth to fight. And doesn't that kind of sound like me when you think about it?
I'll have to say I do see quite a few parallels. So your enclosure's too small then.
I don't get ridden enough.
Mm.
They don't let me out of the stable enough.
Mm.
And me and EJ, well, we started to talk about you.
Is this so?
After all that Chica talk, we started to talk about you.
Am I one of the chicas?
Yeah. I mean, you know. I said to her, she'll find her Chica.
Mm.
She's like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. And I said, you know what it is? The guy's gonna be around or whatever, and then there's not gonna be anything romantically, and he's gonna be friends with you. And then she, oh, I don't want nothing romantic. I just want to wait. And you know what he will do? He's gonna say, don't worry, baby, because I'm gonna wait. And that's all it is. You'll find the person to wait. That's why I say to myself, all those people that left, good. Because that makes sure that they're not the person. I think that made her a little bit happy.
I think that's probably very helpful for her to hear.
Then she asked me about, do I have any chicas? And all my buddies out there, they're all getting their chicas. This is what they call. Then they try to set me up. You believe that?
Really?
Huh. I was mortified.
Oh.
Entirely embarrassed.
Was it like a blind date situation or?
Kind of. They threw a few suggestions at me, and I was completely mortified at even the idea of doing something like that. I ain't no pony show. I'm for the whips and the rain. Be riding west, not east. I'm a war horse. I'm supposed to die in the middle of World War II, but when I get hit by a cannon.
Oh.
I don't need to be bred for $5,000 on the market.
So settling down isn't in your future.
No. But there was one. That I told her about. I said, this lady, she is something else. She's accomplished what she's done. The way she handles people, talks to people. Elegance. A certain sense of disinfectant that she rubs in her hands. The type to not tolerate dirty boots. And you know I'd be dragging in the mud.
Must be quite a person to catch your attention like that.
Oh, yeah. And then I said to myself, but is never to be. Never form. Because, as they say, opposites attract. And she is the opposite to me. And for me, that is what makes it perfect. Huh. Chance or the idea for it to never happen at all. The promise of that keeps everything correct. Keeps things simple. Like the dog analogy. I mean, not to get too personal, but what about you?
What about me?
Any wisdom?
Any wisdom in regards to what you're talking about?
Yeah, what do you part on these young ones out there, you know? About these situations that they have.
You know, I cannot claim to have much wisdom in this arena, but to some degree I can understand what you mentioned. Sometimes the allure, the fascination of what could be is more enticing and intriguing than the actual thing. I mean, especially in a place like Los Santos where all of us, regardless of our best protestations, are gilded with fantasies and dreams in our eyes. And the second that reality hits, even if that reality encompasses our dream, it can dull a little bit.
Ugh. Get it away, right? Ruins it.
It can. Sometimes people can thrive off of it.
It's like,
It is possible, but more often than not, the gold leaf that we gilded these dreams off of washes off in time. And that's just life, you know? LP, get some good sleep! But yeah, I haven't really ventured to give EJ any advice. Mostly because I try not to give advice unprompted in that area. Not my business. But I do stick by what I said, you know. On one hand, people focus too much on the romantical and don't count the value that a platonic connection can have.
or hatred.
It's true. I mean, what is the saying? The opposite of love isn't hatred, it's apathy. And what you said about opposites attracting, I mean, it's a key cornerstone in so many, an insurmountable amount of writings and fiction.
Fairy tales.
Poems, movies, books. where it's the, enemies to lovers trope, right?
Yeah. But they never. Sometimes they always never make a book after the lovers. That always puts doubts in the heart.
These are justified doubts. Because it never ends at happily ever after, because there's life after that. Life is complicated.
There's mortgages, car payments, doctor's appointments. Don't write about that, do they?
No. The highs and the lows, and everything in between. And you're going to get everything in between more often than not. There's a part of me that likes to be an idealist at times and tell people, you know what, if you feel a certain way, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You get rejected? But that's also a bit callous of me, I will recognize, because that rejection can hurt. It can hurt. But it's one of those questions that one would have to ask themselves. Would you rather live in your fantasy? Revel in those daydreams, those what-ifs? Or would you like to know and have an answer?
What do you think? What would you choose? Me?
Which would I choose?
I'm sticking with the fantasy.
The fantasy?
Yeah.
You know, I do have a tendency to be a head in the clouds kind of gal. Thus far, reality serves me best. Which I know, shocker. It's not simply because I don't have time for fantasy, it's for who I am and where I'm at right now. I'd rather know, so I can move on. Or process what that never could be feels like. I mean, last thing I want to do is live with regrets. Find myself, if I am lucky, 40, 50 years down the line, sitting there going, what if? What could have been?
You're kind of saying this like you have regrets.
I do. Who doesn't?
Well, you got me there.
Do you ever face that, Dart?
Regrets?
Or do you ever find yourself lingering on, maybe not regrets, but what if something happened differently? Or what if, given the circumstances, I could choose to live life in a different way? Like right now, in this moment, if you could pick up, do something completely different, would you do it?
I've had the thoughts.
Mm.
Don't we all?
Yeah, you got me there.
Sure, we've all had what ifs. What coulds, you know? How do I do this? What, you know? But, you know, if you know what you want, then sometimes you don't have to think about it as much.
Mm.
If you're happy with what you got and the way it is, then you're not really thinking too much about, you know, how to change it.
Mm. Contentment.
They say when it comes to that other stuff, I'd say that's about the only thing I'm content in.
Mm.
Content in, yeah. It's everything else that, you know, regret, second thoughts, oh, could have did things different, could have did things better. Fuck it, lay in the bed you made, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could never truly take back what we have done. We can try to make amends, but it still happened. And that's okay.
Exactly. And you know, I guess that's what I was saying outside. You know, I don't know how much amends I can give you, how much you'll listen, you know, how much you believe. To a certain point, you just gotta take, you know, you gotta just stop. You ever see those people that take pictures with those horses outside of Buckingham Palace and they keep biting the tourists?
Because they get too close and don't respect the space. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When are they gonna realize you can't pet the fucking horse? She's gonna bite you in the shoulder.
You know? Some people just don't learn.
Exactly. Me, I'm a learner. I'll tell you that.
Mm.
I do it once. I'm like, okay. Didn't work. Well, God loves a trier, right? Or craft loves a trier.
We're not a religion, Dart. That is true. God does love a trier. Then what have you learned from this, then?
Well, that, maybe I didn't do too much damage, you know? I'm glad that I didn't, burn the bridge.
Now, are some of the supports on the bridge a little brickety? A little. Well, you coming here and talking with me has gone a long way. Don't you think?
Yeah. To be honest, I think you're very wise. Eliza.
Well, I thank you kindly for saying that. I think I have a long way to go to really earn that title.
It was good to get a little talk with you every now and then.
Hmm.
I'm glad we could patch things up. Although Diego's a different story.
Diego will be a different story.
FYI, that whole deal, despite my counter deal and all that,
Mm-hmm.
was outrageous.
Oh, with the business license and all of that?
Outrageous.
Yeah, I know.
Like I say, you know, what did I say? I said
Eliza's
like
being such a little shit right now.
got no ill will. But expect me for what I am. And I'll see him in court. If he wants to go
All
down
right.
that road, you know.
I suppose I'll say that is a route I will leave you to negotiate and navigate yourselves.
Ain't you the boss?
Mm. I
Ain't you the
am.
one that can make the final say on this?
What is the roadblock? The business license, the contract, the
Just give me
royalty split.
full creative control,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. If we actually make money from it, nobody's gonna make. I'm not gonna make nothing out of these things. The only thing these are gonna do is give advertisements to your guys' thing.
Mm.
Any money that would have been gained would have already been gained. That means 50% would have been coming strictly out of my pocket to pay you guys.
Mm. The biz is tough that way.
You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
Do you think I would do that to you, Dart?
Yeah.
My feelings are hurt.
No, he would.
Well, I wouldn't.
Okay. Noted.
I can't speak for Diego.
I can. And I know he would.
Mm. He's a lot more business savvy than I am. And while, yes, I do call myself the leader, the boss, he is on our board of directors, along with Ashton. And in many things, he gets equal say. And especially in areas where I am ill-equipped or I recognize I am out of my depth, I happily step back and defer to his expertise.
You know what happened when you did? That
This-
conversation under the stairs.
Mm,
That's what happened.
that is what happened.
I told him what I really think of him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? My
did.
opinion hasn't much changed about him either.
Mm.
You
Have
gonna
you
fault
c-
me for that?
No, I don't fault you for that. Have you considered giving him another opportunity the same way that we have this opportunity right now.
Yeah, I'll give him another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He can remove himself from the project.
Ah.
He thinks he's some prima donna. He thinks he's some high an all holy some sort of actor.
I mean, he is.
He's nothing. Because when I'm done with the shit I make, you kidding me? I would turn EJ into the next Drew Barrymore.
I mean, that's easy to do. She's got that natural charisma.
Yeah. Why haven't you done it? Why hasn't he done it?
This is gonna be such a flat excuse, but I've been so busy.
Sure, you have.
He has as well.
A wiry.
What's this now?
All he needs to do is understand my creative directions. Understand that he can't bleed me dry. And I would have been willing to put in 110%. Show you something real nice.
Mm-hmm.
No. You had to get the boss down, right? You just stood there and listened to everything he spilled into your ear. See, now I'm getting fired up. See, you can't do this to me. See what happens?
What? You get fired up?
Now I'm kicking the box. You know what that means?
Could you explain?
You take the horse.
Oh.
You attach the trailer to the back of the truck. You put the
Oh.
horse in the back of the box truck. And he starts kicking it because he doesn't
Horse
like
is
to be
getting
in a
riled
steel
up.
box.
Mm.
Now you got me kicking. You bring up how frustrating he can be. I felt like I could work with him until I realized he was so frustrating.
Mm. Well, let's open up that trailer, shall we?
That's all he needed to do. You know?
You know, Diego and I often joke about how we are opposite sides of the same coin. Sort of in a similar way that we joked about how he and another one of our members were opposite sides of the same coin. I think you'll find that you and Diego have a lot more in common than you think, which may perhaps be where some of this clashing is coming from.
Remember what I said about us opposites attract?
Mm.
Two negatives don't attract.
They do make a positive.
Son of a bitch.
Was that too cheesy?
You got me there, though. But he's a prick. And he's a wiry little fuck when he can be, and he really pushes my buttons, and I can't work with a guy like that.
Mm.
I can't have him to look down on my nose, you know? I want him so high-strung.
Mm.
I'm a horse.
Okay, if you're a horse, then what is Diego?
A wiry little weasel.
Really?
Yeah.
A weasel, huh?
Wiry little weasel that crawls up the sleeve of your shirt.
I'll have to admit, I do not see Diego that way.
Of course you don't. You guys are both sides of two sides of a coin, for Christ's sakes.
Mm.
I'm just being honest. I gotta be honest with you at this point.
I
Don't
invite
lie.
it.
I can't lie to you no more. No more lies coming out of my mouth.
No more? Then what is this entire conversation, Ben?
It's been all truth.
I figured as much.
In general, no more.
Mm.
I'm a truthful guy. I'm a truthful man. And I'll walk away and you'll say to yourself, I wonder how much of it really was truthful. But go ahead. Doubt. But I'm done with it. I'm done with all the stress, all the stuff that pitted me against people, forced me to ascertain things.
I'll have to admit, I'm curious. Where does this sentiment come from?
Hey, what did you say?
My apologies. I think some of the asbestos in the building is getting in my lungs.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, chat. Little mini internet hiccup. We'll try to play our way through it as best we can. My apologies.
Are you okay?
Why?
What?
Why?
Well, you know, sometimes I have the blinders on, you know, and I don't see when I try to do something how it'll affect the relationships that I have. And that whole chain debacle, it just, you know, it was too. I really felt like I needed it. I needed that avenue, that path to get that, to go on, to do this, to be that, to, you know, to put on that, and I realized, okay, I'm burning too many bridges here just to get what I want, for this to be cool and to do it that way. Forget about it. Maybe there's another way.
I mean, Dart, you strike me as a well-traveled man. With a lot of connections and a lot of relationships, I fail to see how this would qualify to be the most important to you.
I don't know. It's. Oh. You know, you're good people. One of the only barely few that I tolerate.
High praise.
Yeah, it is coming from me. You know. I just like a lot of people. I despise this place. But hey, people that I found, some of them, you know, are damn decent.
Hmm.
So maybe some more consideration in the tree, and then more kindly should have been decided. Eh, Dart? You know.
Hmm.
You don't think so?
Oh no, I agree. Usually people don't reach such a conclusion so casually. But I also know it's not my business to pry further as to why you would reach such a conclusion.
I've reached it a long time ago. It's accepting the fact it's difficult.
This is very true.
You're special.
Am I?
You don't think so? I mean, for once, can we have a little bit of humility here?
You want me to express humility by saying that I'm special?
Or can we have a little less humility here? Admit to ourselves what we've achieved, what we're standing on.
Hmm.
I beg my pardon, what you're standing on.
I wouldn't say I'm special, but I'll acknowledge I'm a part of something special. We all are. Fundamentally.
When I found you, I was looking for a way to hide money. Maybe you had you and maybe 1, 2 other members. Go from that to now. I don't believe it. And I won't accept it any other way.
I don't know whether I should blame luck or fate, but it doesn't feel right to take all of the credit for myself.
How about you just take some of it, you know, like the some that you deserve? That'd be a good start. And then we'll delegate the rest, you know?
And I shall graciously take the compliment.
There we go. Was that so hard?
It's the most devastating thing I've ever been through, Dart. What do you think?
I tell you, around this place, it's hard for somebody to accept that.
The last thing I want to do is build an ego. Which I do have around this place sometimes.
Okay. I think that's okay.
Well, I appreciate that. What's your path forward, Dart?
I want a different one.
Mm.
Changing it up. Made a few decisions. I want to go on a different one. I want to see things in a different way. Do things a little bit differently. Get back to my roots.
Mm.
Got lost in the sauce, as they say there for a while.
Mm.
Caught up. You know who grounded me? You know who honestly kept me on the right track? And I miss dearly?
Who's that?
For all his flaws? Yeah. James Kelly.
Oh.
He was my best friend. He was brash. He was arrogant. Stupid. Ignorant. An asshole. Spiteful. Vengeful. But he was accepting.
Trying to find a good angle, chat. Sorry.
Understanding. Loyal. At the drop of a dime, we'll go to war for you. Not just for any reason, he would hear you out. Lend an ear to hear any woes and wishes. And yeah, most of the people saw the bad side of him. I mean, that's what was on display. But yeah, he I miss him.
Sorry to hear that.
I betrayed him. You know that?
Hmm.
Me. The one guy he was supposed to count on. Kelly's right-hand man. Me. I betrayed him. Sold my soul. And for what? For what? Huh?
That's a good question.
Nothing. Nada.
Is there a path towards reconciliation there for you?
He's, Eliza. He's gone.
Gone?
Had to be done. I told you. I seek guidance from you, remember?
Oh.
didn't want to be the guy.
Hmm.
I'm not the type. Was my call. I'm just the guy. Listen, EJ told me, you guys, Halloween costume. Or costume. Scooby-Doo. Fred, Velma, Daphne, Shaggy, Scooby.
Does she just do Scooby-Doo every
The
single time?
only paranormal investigators on that crew was Fred, Daphne, and Velma. This is a fact. It's canon. Look it up. Notably, Shaggy and Scooby never had most important people in the show. Main characters. Kinda. Pretty much. The whole gang was, but, you know, those two. They were not a part of the paranormal investigations. They were always maybe the one to catch the bad guy, accidentally plow themselves into the snow ghost after getting their feet stuck to electric powered roller skates. But their job description was the guys that carried the bags. They were just the guys that carries the bags, carries the equipment that the rest of them need, loaded up the van. Shaggy would drive the van sometimes. Later in the movies, they had Fred do it, but cartoons, it was Shaggy's van. Wasn't my call. I was just the guy that carries the bags. That ain't on me, right? It's not my fault, right?
Well, I suppose that depends.
Or is it? I betrayed him. I should have said something. But I didn't. Because all I cared about was opportunity.
Well, as they say, lie by omission is still a lie. I guess that's not for me to determine, but for you and what sits right with your soul.
Maybe, maybe you can understand that all that talk and all that chain business and that orb nonsense. Maybe you can kind of see. I just want to talk to my pal again, you know?
Damn.
That's so wrong of me. Maybe I got regrets. I want to apologize to him. That's not me anymore, Eliza. That's the old Dart. I'm not chasing those things anymore. I'm not chasing them. I am moving on. I'm not on that crusade. I am on a new path.
Hmm.
And I'm not going to look in the rearview mirror.
Regardless, I'm sorry you went through that.
Thank you. Listen, I've beat your ear too long. I gotta get out of your hair.
No worries, Dart. I appreciate your time, regardless. And if it's worth anything, the medallion wouldn't have helped what you were probably looking to do.
Yeah, I know that now.
Do you need a ride anywhere?
I'm gonna go for a long needed walk. Thanks for hearing me out. As always.
Eliza's inner mind, like, what the fuck just happened? Eliza's like, what is going on? We got so many fucking phone calls 3 hours ago. Line is busy. Okay. We give EJ a call and be like, hey, EJ, what's up? Yo, EJ's probably in bed.
Hey, Eliza.
Oh, hello, Inca Flum. Dart and I finished our conversation.
Oh, does he need a ride?
He said he wanted to take a walk, so...
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I meet you at the Nu Epsilon Center?
I am here, yes, indeed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Don't go to bed.
I'm still here.
Bye.
Bye. Chat, that convo was wild! Dang. I really had to stop myself from cracking up so much during that. I really did. Smokey is too fucking good, man. Smokey is too good. It's ridiculous. People should not be allowed to be that good at RP. Facts. Okay, chat, did y'all catch... Okay, so... I think Eliza is super cooked, as am I, and is processing that conversation. Eliza's wondering, what angle is he trying to work now? That's the thought that's going through Eliza's head. I think a part of her would like to believe that he's, you know, decided to turn a new leaf. Excuse me. Three hours. What time is it? 3:21? Get me out of here. I don't even know how long that convo was. It felt like, I think Eliza's thinking that he was trying to work several different angles. Because that whole Chica side convo was really interesting. Okay, so what? Okay, what kind of tea is EJ? I have tea so bad. Don't sleep. Don't sleep before talking to me. 13 hours? Get out. Get out, chat. 13-hour stream. RP's been popping today. Holy. Eliza's got to get the zoomies out. Ooh, is that what you think, Fast Laps? Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Chat, thank you so much for hanging with me. Everyone who came over from the raids, thank you for hanging. I appreciate you. Is Miss Daydreamer live right now? Miss Daydreamer off stream? Hello? You know what, fair. Look in my eyes, what do you see? Got that personality. One day of headshot. Na, na, na. Got the personality. Got the personality. I got that personality. What's the name of the band that does that song, In Living Color? Hey, Narasheen! I hope I pronounced that correctly. Please correct me if I did not. What's up? Damn, that scene had so many layers. Oh, okay, cool. That scene had so many layers. This'll be really interesting to see what kind of consequences, if any, come from this. Hope you are all right, EJ.
Hi, Eliza.
Hi, EJ.
So how did it go? What did you guys talk about?
A lot. A lot.
Like what?
Honestly, a lot of it was metaphor.
Let's sit down. Let's take a seat, Eliza.
You want to take a seat up there? Or, you know what? I'll let you choose.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna have Eliza play dumb a little bit. Oh.
At first, I was kind of nervous meeting Dart, but it looked like he really needed like a friend.
Honestly, it really did seem like it. He seemed really grateful that you spoke with him.
Yeah, he was worth talking about. We're just shooting the shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Like talking about like golfing of all things.
Yep, he did mention that. He mentioned ideas for the events on the golf course. With people wearing khaki chinos and golf polos and fancy hats and dresses.
So what else did you guys talk about?
I'm going through the Rolodex of subjects in my mind. Of course, he apologized a bit further. He expressed his opinions on Diego and his distaste for Diego's negotiation tactics, which I'll admit I did find quite amusing. And then he brought up what I thought about basically a bunch of people chasing after you.
Oh, wait, me?
Yeah, you.
That little bitch. What did he say?
Basically asked like, yeah, you seem like a wise lady. What kind of advice would you give in that situation?
What did he say?
I said a sentiment that I should express more, I think, which is some people need to calm down and just value a friendship.
Oh, fuck. I mean, you're right, you know?
At least in regards to, people being like, EJ, date me, and you've got, 18,000 people.
No, you do be right. So do you know everything, or?
He didn't say anything outright, but he did.
Like,
We were talking about regrets a little bit.
Do you want to know everything?
I think I can take a wild guess.
As a friend to friend?
I can take a wild guess. I'll give you the context before I tell you what I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about, sort of adjacent to that, talking about regrets and whatnot, and asking each other, you have any regrets?
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned that he had one. Someone... He called himself a thoroughbred.
Mm-hmm.
How he needs to roam wild and free, and he's got, a certain lifestyle that he wants to live.
Mm-hmm.
But there's someone that he's interested in, or has had interest in, that he sees as his opposite. To some degree. EJ's killing me right now. And how it would never work out. And he's happy to leave it as it is. Sort of in that fantasy.
So
And I asked him what he thought about, what ifs. Right? Does he, what if he, years down the line, wakes up and has all of these regrets? Wouldn't you rather live a life without regrets? I'll cut to the chase. I'm pretty I suppose I'm confused as to the why, but based off of what he was mentioning earlier during that conversation that you were privy to, why me? EJ!
Oh my god. So you got it, right?
He didn't say it outright, but
Like, you got it.
it felt pretty clear he was talking about me at one point.
Mm-hmm. You got the message. You got the signs. Like, before walking in, did he were you seeing the fucking game he was putting down?
I actually was. And I'll have to admit, I can be obtuse with such things sometimes.
I was like, oh my goodness. I was trying not to giggle and fucking kick my feet around.
That's his angle. That's his angle, chat. That's what I think his angle is.
So, what you thinking?
EJ so Betsy, I love it.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Can I be honest? I don't know if he's playing an angle.
Either, but the way, I don't want to say too much shit, but the way he was fucking talking about it got me clutching my pearls.
Really?
I'm about to write fucking 500 chapter, 3,000 words per chapter fan fiction.
Oh, I did not. That was not the flavor I was getting in our conversation at all.
Oh, it was gonna be slow burn.
Slow burn.
If this is his angle, it's too entertaining to ignore.
You know what, EJ? I'm very much on board with that.
Wait. Let me send you something. I'm not a creep.
Like, okay, let's say I did entertain
That's
it.
gonna be the cover. Imagine some nice fonts. It's raining. You know, cowboy on his fucking van. And the lady, dressed in all blue, pulled out her umbrella and she inches closer.
That is so fucking funny.
And
Honestly,
earlier-
that is really funny.
and honestly, I was talking. I don't want to say too much now, but like, all I'm gonna say is I said, Darts, you just need a rainy night on the fucking hills, and it started raining at Rockville Hills. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, it got me blushing for a man yearning.
Hey,
That's all I'm gonna
Tommy.
say. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
I'll,
I can say more.
I'll
you want me
be
to,
honest, I
Blake?
might be a little too... I think I'm really blind to these things, EJ. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
I was blind too, but in the way you were speaking about it and whatnot, and I was seeing the signs and whatnot, and I'm thinking, man, this is one fucking crazy lie to be lying about. But the way he was playing at it, and like it felt like a cowboy yearning, an old dog doing new tricks, you know?
Huh.
If this is how he kills everyone, fuck it, it was a good run, you know? Because damn, I'm a believer in love. Okay, damn, god damn it. I want to believe in love. And he was saying so many good shit. And it almost got me crying. Got me red in the face a bit.
I don't... What? I don't...
I'm sorry, I'm your biggest supporter with you and him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I even had to pull over my car and be like, Mr. Dart, tell me to my motherfucking face, hand on the Bible, that this is all true. Because I couldn't believe it. But once he got talking and spitballing, I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't even contain my joy and whatnot. Because the way he was talking about it got me giggling and shit. Got me clutching my pearls.
Huh.
Got me leaning back on my chair thinking, damn. This is a good one right here. He has a way with words and goddamn. It got me red in the face. Thinking that, you know, most men, they you know, they lust over something, right? Like that goddamn Ashton over here, you know? But this man yearns from a fucking 5-mile distance away. I want to tell you more, but he told me not to tell. But like at the same time, I want to tell. But you can't tell anyone that I told you this. Not even Ashton, not even Diego.
It's
And I
not my business
I
to
can't-
share.
And I can't break his trust either. But I see it now. I'm gonna start writing. I'm sorry. I'll change the names and whatnot. But I'm sorry.
I mean, EJ, I'll be perfectly honest. This kind of stuff, I'm so bad at it. I don't
I
even
know,
notice
I was
it.
watching it. I was
Someone
watching
can
it,
literally
like,
put
Eliza,
up note cards
Eliza.
and be all like, I am flirting with you. And I'll be like, oh, wow, that's the cool note cards you made, huh?
I was watching it first fucking hand, and I was thinking, Eliza, pick up the fucking signs.
I am so
Okay.
bad at EJ, I like to
I
think
was-
I'm a smart person, but in regards to that, I have no idea.
Mhm.
It all goes over my head.
I
He
know.
probably here's the thing, EJ. In our conversation, he probably was laying it on super thick.
He was. He was like, "Are you gonna keep me accountable?" And I was like blushing and shit. And you were like, I forgot what he said, but you kind of threw. The tensions were running high, and he was like, "Are you gonna keep me accountable?" And you were like, I forgot. You were like,
I
Why?
probably said some HR shit like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
"Aw." And I was like, "He's flirting with you."
Was he
But he
flirting
like-
with me?
But he likes that though. He
This'll
likes it
be
when
so
I
funny.
can't.
This'll be really funny.
I can't,
This'll be
Eliza, I
really
can't,
funny
but,
to
like, you gotta
play.
figure it out, because if you figure out that I didn't tell you shit. Come on, think of 10 days to lose a guy. What's that? 50 first dates. Think of like the proposal.
With Sandra Bullock?
Yes, think about it. Think about it. Because I didn't tell you if you figure it out.
My brain just don't work that way, EJ.
What do you mean?
I just don't think about that stuff.
Oh, but do you want to? Like, thing is, like, oh my goodness, a cowboy yearning. And oh my gosh, wait, can I tell you this, huh? I don't know. Because I'll kind of be okay. Because I'm trying not to like break his trust or anything. Because like, oh my goodness, I got me blushing and shit over here. Got me red in the face. Okay. If he's lying, he's telling a good goddamn fucking lie. And he was not ashamed about it at all. Things is he just doesn't. I can't even. Like he said it so nonchalantly, I had to pull the fucking car over. Fucking highway.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Are you gonna keep me accountable?
I mean, I'm not his boss.
Are you gonna keep me accountable?
Accountable to what?
Mm-hmm. And I asked him, like, dead ass, and he's like, in his own cowboy way, he said it, you know?
He did
Yeah.
use a lot of cowboy imagery.
Yeah,
And he's selling all of his cars.
Yeah.
Is he leaving?
I don't know, but damn.
Is he gonna go move out back west to wherever this girl is living?
It's you. You're the girl. God damn it, Eliza.
No,
Fucking damn
no,
If I could have this fucking spell it out for you.
no.
Lock
It
the
can't
fuck
be.
in, Eliza.
It
Lock
can't
in.
be.
Lock in.
Nah, it can't be me. No.
Because I can't say shit, okay? But if you were there, if someone else was there, oh my gosh. Because I was blushing and shit thinking, damn, am I ever going to find someone like that, you know? He could be lying and shit, but I don't want to believe that that the man was showing the heart on his sleeve to me in that car as I almost cried from fucking just an awe. Oh my goodness.
I'll be honest, TJ. I'm so confused. I don't know where this is coming from.
Now I'm seeing everything. Does that even make sense?
Uh,
It makes sense.
I suppose so, because you get the full picture.
I know, and you need to get it, okay? I'm not saying you'd have to return his feelings or whatnot, but damn! I was not expecting this.
I don't
Honestly, I expected-
feelings.
I put my fucking medallion in the car as I met this man. That's how much I was fucking scared. And I walked, and we walked back after the golf course. We're talking and whatnot. I have to realize, oh man, this man needs a friend. And we started talking about just shooting the shit and whatnot. I'm telling you about my boy problems and whatnot. Actually, it's kind of crazy. We're kind of spilling tea. You know? It's kind of crazy. I was spilling tea with Dart, right? And he was giving out good advice and whatnot. And then he just fucking laid it on me. He was like, oh shit, Ethan's calling me. Hey Ethan, it's okay if I call you back? Yeah, I'm sorry. No, oh Ethan, you sound so much better. Oh, fucking
Scratch his head, wondering.
no, I'm just saying you sound so much better. And I miss you and I love you. And
Aww.
okay. Oh no, yeah. Also, I heard you sing shit. Okay. I can't spell. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, I gotta tell you so much shit. Okay, but like not about any of the shit. But like yeah, but like also like about like business ideas. Okay, stop. Okay, bye. Stop. Oh my god. Okay. I'm like so happy because damn, I was not expecting that from Dart. And the thing is, I'm not telling anyone shit. Only you. Okay? So if this spills out, it's because of you, not because of me.
Well, mum's the word for me, because I don't even know what's going on.
Oh my gosh. The man doesn't even have the hots for you, right? He has the fucking. Oh my, how do I explain this? He's looking off in the distance at the sun, thinking about the one that got away, basically.
But I'm like right here.
I know, you're right there. And he's thinking about you're the one that got away. Exactly, Eliza. Exactly. You're getting it.
I don't know how I'm the one that got what?
Oh my god.
EJ, I'm literally so stupid when it comes to
Did
this.
Did you ever have a relationship, Eliza?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like years ago.
Years ago? How long ago?
Like 8 years ago.
And was he the one who or they? My bad.
That's all good. It was my girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. Was she the one who like approached you first?
Yeah.
I could fucking tell why, because you don't take it. Okay. Anyways, but yeah. Damn. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. Damn, you're a rusty. Rusty.
Rusty. I don't know. Can I
You're-
be rusty if I never had it?
Okay, maybe so.
Actually,
You're-
wait, no. 7 years ago.
Okay, 7 years ago. You don't even fucking remember, okay?
No,
That's
8
crazy.
years ago, I had a girlfriend. And then 7 years ago, for 2 months, I dated Christian.
No, not Christian Toe.
No, not Christian. No,
Oh
no, no,
my
no,
God,
no,
I
no,
was
no,
about to
Vice
fucking lose it.
City. No.
Oh, I was gonna have like an aneurysm.
Christian Delamico.
Same thing.
I hated it.
Why?
I felt like I felt bad.
This,
I dated him because I felt bad for him. That's bad.
yeah, that's bad. But oh my God, and he was using like the like how do you feel about it? Like you know it rots and whatnot. Like talking about the horse feet and whatnot. And it was like a good fucking analogy. You were like, ugh.
Like if I
He
like
was-
the rods?
No, like he was like, cause I can't fucking say shit.
You ever have a
I'm
moment,
cooked.
EJ, where you go, wow, I really am kind of dumb sometimes.
I'm kind of cooked, Eliza.
It's okay, you and me both, EJ.
I'm not supposed to stay up this late.
I feel bad. He probably was saying very direct stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, you know?
It's like his version of direct, but like at the same time, he doesn't want it to be direct. I just can't.
It's the tango.
Ah, now you're getting it. Now you're starting to put it together.
It's a will they, won't they, as long as they
No.
won't.
No, you lost the plot.
No, I lost the plot.
You lost the fucking plot.
I lost the plot.
You lost the plot. Just
I don't think I had the plot.
no. I'm starting to see that.
Do I need to go back to tango?
Go back to tango and think about it.
Tango. The Stormlord could hit me with a lightning bolt of all of the knowledge I need in the universe, and I don't think I'd still get it.
I guess I can't even tell you.
Well, hey, you know what? Odds are, after the conversation I had with him, he's probably, like, over it now, right?
No.
Easy.
No. Oh my god.
Super forgettable Eliza.
No, what did he say? Fuck, it was something romantic. He's a cowboy, always yearning for the sunset, you know?
Huh.
Like,
He talked a lot about being a thoroughbred that
The
needs to run
horse.
wild and free. Yeah.
yeah. But then you're the I can't.
Hey, he said that that a horse needs to be ridden sometimes.
Okay, well, that's I don't spell shit out for you, but like, get your mind out of the gutter and maybe think about it a little bit more.
Oh, I wasn't insinuating that.
You know what they say? Save a horse, ride a cowboy, but don't think about it like that. Think about it a little differently, you know?
Saving the horse?
Oh my fucking god, Eliza!
Are there any academic texts I can
my
read
God,
on this
it's fucking-
subject?
It's fucking 5 a.m. and I'm dealing with this. Like, this is
Here, I
crazy,
should
Eliza.
probably, you know what? I legitimately can't think right now. EJ, I think I need to clock out.
Eliza, it's like the writing's on the wall. You think about it, okay?
So what? He has a little crush. That's okay. It'll pass soon.
I don't think it's passing. I don't think it's just a crush.
Is it because I told him I'm fond of him?
No.
Because I did mean that.
It's kind of like the opposite.
Is it because I told him to fuck off?
Men are complicated.
We all are complicated.
It's a whole lot crazier, and I want to say it, but I really can't. George kind of reminds me of myself. I don't know
Is
if
it
that
because
makes any
he
better.
sees me as a mess that needs to be fixed?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean, Eliza?
I don't know. You're really nice to people, EJ.
What were you even talking about? Like, what does that even mean, Eliza? Are you telling me that I'd like a fixer-upper?
I don't know. Do you?
No!
I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the whole Ashton thing, because damn.
Here's the thing. I even told him
Listen.
I'm the last person to ask for relationship advice.
Dart or Ashton?
Oh, Dart and Ashton.
Yeah, like Ashton was like the fucking IKEA fucking cabinet, and you don't get any directions to it, so you're just figuring shit out, you know?
I'm
And I
shitting
need
my
tea.
pants. This is
I
so
need to tell you all the
funny.
tea because your season's fucking behind, and now I'm starting to see the whole fucking Dart thing, you know? And it's like, why was I
problem?
so fucking blind? Huh?
The problem?
What do you mean the problem?
My problem?
What's your problem?
Am I a problem?
You're not a problem.
I'm a problem.
You're his problem.
Huh?
No, you don't fucking get it. You don't get it, okay?
Oh no.
It's not even that.
He was talking about having
He's
to take
your
horses
problem.
out back and you know, taking
He's
him out.
your problem, Eliza.
He's my problem.
Yeah.
He's not a problem.
Oh my god, I'm gonna actually lose it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I see that.
I think I might be too cooked.
I don't know, I think that's his favorite quality of you, though.
And I'm cooked.
And like, the thing is, you don't have to get it right now. That's what that best part, you know? Trying to get it.
I want to be honest with you, EJ. I don't even think with a full 8 hours of sleep, a full breakfast, and a bunch of gummy vitamins, I'd get it.
I know. It's okay, just stay clueless. Let the slow burn, you know?
Slow burn? This is a long con to murder me.
What'd you say?
This is a long con to murder me.
What the fuck does that mean?
Someone told me I was gonna get assassinated, and I thought they were saying it as a joke, but is that what the slow burn is?
At last, my love has come along.
I don't get it.
My lonely days are over. This is crazy.
You have a very lovely singing voice.
Oh, I don't.
You actually do.
No, shush. You're trying to change the topic, okay?
It's not
Okay.
changing the topic. You were just singing, and I'm complimenting you because
Oh,
you
sorry.
deserve it.
Oh, my bad.
Evil.
I'm just so happy. It's like seeing an old dog do new tricks for the first time, you know? You're like, damn, I never knew it could do that. I'm talking about George, not you.
A cowboy looking into the sunset? That's like a top 10 cowboy trick.
Mm-hmm. Clutching my pearls and shit. Fanning myself the fucking Bible or something. In church, listening to this man preach.
I think it's perfectly clear that I don't get it, EJ. I
know,
don't understand what he sees.
What he sees? That's the part you don't get?
Unless I'm completely off base.
Girl, oh my god.
Because it felt like he was referring to me with one of the things he was talking about. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense.
So you're confused of what he sees in you?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh my, Eliza, stand up. You have, like, You're a whole package
Package of what?
of greatness.
Dollar
You know?
store ramen noodles?
No! Oh my god, self-confidence issue was not something I expected.
I think it's
Eliza,
less self-confidence and just more reality. I mean, I dedicate
Yeah.
almost all of my time to, Nu Epsilon or...
And some people like that. And some people like a very ambitious woman, you know? Someone who has their shit together, someone who won't take, shit from other people.
Mm.
Someone who stands up for herself, you know? Someone who cares for others. Someone who don't, give up and whatnot. Oh my god, Eliza. You're the package, you know?
Package?
Yeah. You're like an ideal type for a lot of people, you know? Very pretty and whatnot, easy on the eyes too.
Well,
Patience
what do
and
I do with that?
What do you do with the information or do with what you have?
Not just with the information. I don't...
And that's up to you. I'm just here to fucking observe and type. I have my
Huh.
synopsis already, basically.
Now I'm just thinking over the entire conversation again.
I know, I didn't want to cockblock him, so then I kind of just left.
Oh.
Yeah. I was kind of fucking texting him the whole entire time.
I think with as
Lazy.
obtuse as I am, I don't think it would have made a difference.
I know, I was fucking... I just kept texting him, walk in. Stop being nonchalant. Me freaking the fuck out. And I said, oh my god, the chaos.
Is that why he wanted to sell me his cars?
Shout, no. He just, oh my god, I'm trying to get in contact with you to see you.
I mean, he's had my number this whole
Thing is-
time.
Oh my gosh. Thing is, I don't think he's the type to really look for something. But in his own words, what can I do? What can I do?
Opposites, huh?
Mm-hmm. Almost like a yin and yang, almost. I don't know. I
Hmm.
don't know. Like, what do I know, you know?
Thanks for being straightforward with me, EJ.
With what?
I mean, this.
I mean, I didn't tell you shit. You kind of figure out yourself, right?
Yeah, but you're also honest with me with the fact that I don't get what's going on.
Oh, yeah, because, damn. Yeah, you do.
I really don't.
And that's okay, too, you know? That's what makes certain people charming, too. You know?
I think I do?
It's okay if you don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I know. I don't think I get it, EJ.
Yeah. I mean, I get, like, Dart... You not understand why Dart would see in that light, but I want you to know that you are the full package in the sense of, like, someone... If they think of someone like, oh, I want to, maybe get to know this person at a different level, they're thinking about a person like you, you know?
Huh.
Even though you don't see it, you're thinking like, damn, what not? You are.
I mean, I do yap a lot, so anyone that talks with me for longer than 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I appreciate it, but why are you still here?
No. You have a way with words a lot of people like, you know?
Thank you, EJ.
Yeah.
I could definitely be more succinct. I could be shorter with a lot of it, though. I'm
Well, let me
working
tell
on
you-
it.
Let me tell you something, Eliza, okay? I take this. Pay attention, okay?
Mhm.
You're not someone who could be someone's second choice or a casual fling. You can control a room when you want to.
Hmm.
You think you don't got the pull, but you do, you know?
I suppose so.
And like some people fear that, are afraid of that. Some people are really into it.
I'll be honest, TJ. I think I'm just Omega cooked. Not just right now, but in general.
Yep. And that's okay too. I just find it hard to believe think that no one would be interested in you. But we will debrief in the morning.
Okay, we will debrief soon. Indeed.
Damn, I can't believe I got to know all the information. Ooh. Wait, what did Jar say about my word problems though?
I think he was using it as a segue to talk about how a bunch of his boys were looking for his boys had chicas.
That's what he used to segue to.
And then he mentioned how they set him up on a blind date and he didn't enjoy it.
Because he only has someone in mind. One person.
I don't get it. There's a lot of really hot, very, very, very smart ladies. And just people in general.
Let me tell you, bro was actually a diva with how he fucking controlled the tea sesh. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Thing is, he doesn't want like, what did you say? Like, are you saying there's other hot ladies?
I mean, yeah, there are so many.
But somewhat, I can't fucking say it, but like.
Or does he have a thing for the uggos?
No, oh my, I'm gonna slap you, silly Eliza. Okay.
Well, I'm just asking.
Look at me. No. Look at me.
I'm looking.
You're easy in the eyes, Eliza. Okay. That means you're hot. You're pretty. You know?
Well, that's high praise coming from you, EJ.
I know. So take it like that. You gotta start believing. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, I look good in a motherfucking suit. You know? Yeah.
I do look good in a suit.
You look like almost Snow White. So fair with dark skin, like the dark hair, you know? Light eyes and whatnot. You're easy on the eyes. God damn it. It's hard to fucking convince a diamond they're a diamond, you know?
I feel... I mean, if you're gonna use that analogy, EJ, I feel like I'm still a piece of coal between a bunch of rocks.
Nuh-uh. You shine.
I mean, you
know?
shine, EJ. Look at
Oh,
who's
if
talking.
If I shine, then you're a fucking star in the sky. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't push.
I mean, it's the truth.
No. Like, see, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, listen, I don't want to fucking treat. I feel like I'm cool. But anyways,
You
like,
are not.
honestly-
Hey, look at me. You look at me, EJ. You are not cool.
Oh my god,
You're fucking. You're a platinum diamond.
you're seasons behind. Eliza. I'm sorry, but like,
Listen, I don't know if I could be seasons behind if I haven't even watched the show.
I know you're not even tuned in. But just let me tell you, you know, it's crazy out here. Men ain't shit. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
So ignore Dart.
No, wait. Wait. Let me retract my statement. That Dart ain't a man. He's a motherfucking cowboy. He's a yearner.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
Listen, I'd be lying if that didn't make me feel some type of way.
But you didn't hear shit from me. You can't act any different, okay?
I'm gonna think on it.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just know that. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm being dramatic.
Just know that, like, I don't know. All I'm gonna say is that you have yourself a fucking complicated Sudoku puzzle in front of you, you know? I'm not saying he's fucking perfect or anything and that you can do whatever you want. I don't even know if he's your type. But, like, all I'm saying is that I saw a different side of someone today.
You're asking me what my type is?
Yeah. Oh my god, are we having this talk right now? What's your type?
I mean, I do joke about being a platinum grade asexual. I mean, more often than not, I'm not interested in
Uh-huh.
people, but
Yeah.
statistically, the people that I've dated in the past are people that are a little older that have kind of ruined my life, so.
Oh my god. I mean, you said it how it is, but like, George, we all know George ain't 19.
It was, yeah, if he was, oh yeah, no, if Dart's 19, no.
That
I
man
mean,
ain't
no.
19. We all know that man ain't 19, okay? But
If
like,
that man's 19, he needs to go to college.
I know. But Eliza, damn. So you like them
don't get
aged.
it.
You like them a little experienced. You like them a little bit, you know, maybe a little gray.
I mean,
in the
listen,
hair a
listen,
bit.
listen. I like the salt and pepper. I like the
You
seasoning.
like the salt and pepper? Well, that man has a lot of salt.
For a 19-year-old?
Yeah, that's all his fucking little temperament attitude. But anyways, but like, oh my god. Eliza has a type.
I don't
Oh
get
my
it.
god.
There's
Someone a
gotta
little
be a
more-
catch.
There's if this is a catch, fuck it. Like out like
Fuck
make the private
it,
funeral.
ball.
Yeah, cause like damn, this is a crazy angle, and I don't think the man's lying. Let me believe in love, okay? If this is a mistake, believing in love, then it's a fucking mistake, you know?
I don't get it.
If we get all killed like this, fuck it, we had a good run, you know? We ball. Hot girl summer's around the corner. This is like, you know.
This is true. I gotta get a summer
We're
suit.
pre-gaming. Yeah.
I think I need to. I need to meditate on this.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go, you know, and just you gotta think about it, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't get
you
it, but I'll
just-
think on it.
Yeah, you don't have to get it. And you didn't hear shit from me. Okay, you can't change you can't change how you treat Dart. Okay?
No. Oh, of course
Yeah.
not. No.
Oh, because that's what he likes about. Okay, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I was keeping that secret for like how long was it when I texted you can't go to bed?
3 hours ago.
Oh, that's a fucking long time for me. For this big of a secret? Damn. Oh my goodness. I was like, you're talking about Eliza? Because I don't know what I was expecting.
It must have been a different Eliza, right?
Stop it! Oh my, I'm about to stop you silly girl, okay?
You know, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Good night, EJ.
Okay, good night. And this stays between us.
Get
okay?
flum.
Kiflom, sister. Oh my god, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, go to sleep. Oh my god, dream of cowboys now.
This is gonna be so fucking funny. This is gonna be so fucking funny to play up. Oh man. I love playing an obtuse character. I love playing an obtuse pan character. EJ's so fucking funny, dude. Okay, let's actually position Eliza a little bit better. What's up? Let's figure this out first off. Oh, perfect. Whoo, chat! Holy shnikes. What a bonkers ass stream. Almost 14 hours! Chat, playing Eliza Super Obtuse is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm kikiing. This is so funny. This is so funny. This'll be an interesting storyline to play out. Just with Eliza being super obtuse, like, I don't get it. Okay, chat, let me find you someone fun to send you to. Let's see. Ooh, there's a lot of really fun people still live. Oh, Oh, wait, it has been a long ass time since I've rated this person. Let's see. It looks like they might be ending. Let's see. What is this person doing? Who am I going to yeet you all to? Hold on. Gotta see who's still alive. Oh! Chat, I'm gonna send you on over to Zax386, who plays Moose Knuckles, the judge, the clown, the enigma. Go send those good vibes. I'm gonna catch some Z's. We'll be live time TBD tomorrow. Today was a wild stream. Holy shit. Excuse me. The RP's gonna be really fun. This RP's gonna be so fucking fun. Chat, I really appreciate you all. But go send love, chat. You're amazing. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow.